Now we're live on both video and shorts. Let's go. Okay, let me go back to video stream. Now I gotta check my mic works. Now we're live on both video and shorts. Let's go. Okay, let me go back to video stream. So everything should be working as of now. Let me adjust this a bit so that it's better. I'm so excited for the tourney. Even though I'm not quite satisfied with the competitors, but I mean, we're gonna be rooting for somebody or some team anyway, so everything should be working as of now. Let me adjust. So let me pause this one over here and let's see if my short. Yeah, okay. So shorts also works. So I'll leave both of them over here and I'll actually be right back. So it's already 5. I guess it started already. I'll leave it on, but I'll turn my mic off for now. I will be coming back though.
It's going to be so much fun to watch as we move through all the maps and modes that they could possibly play if we go all the way to Game 7 in particular. But the winning team will walk away with $10,000. Common Cookie, you said it was 10 grand on the line, but it's winner takes all.
Hey, I love it. Winner take all. I was talking to some of these creators and they were already telling me, like, listen, Common Cookie, I need this money. Carbon Fin, he told me if they win, they're going straight to the Philippines, baby. So all these creators are already planning trips. You know, they already got that ticket on layaway.
I love it. Well, you can play Cookie Run Ovensmash maybe even on the way over there. So I'm loving it. You can take your travels, keep playing the game if you can walk away with $10,000. We got to talk about those teams, though, because we've got some heavy-hitting creators from all over the world, quite literally, competing in today's competition. We brought in some heavy hitters. We brought in some experts, and we brought in some newbies as well. So Common Cookie, walk me through maybe your favorite teams, some of the favorite players on these teams. What you got for me?
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at a couple of these players, and like, for example, Matt with Heart, she played in the first ever LAN event in Korea.
So the teams are basically named off of the leader of the team. So we got Team Corey, Team Crying Man, we got Team Ash, Team Ray,
professional
Team
esports player,
OJ, we got Team Bobby,
dude
Team
loves
Drake,
making guides and builds, so you already know they're going to be locked in.
Connor.
And then, of course, the GOAT from
I don't know which team I'm going to be for, honestly.
Showing up as well, and you know, I've been playing some games with him as well.
I know that Crying Man is actually, if not one of the craziest Brawl Stars players out there. He keeps hitting those leaderboard records in most of his videos. So I'm assuming Team Crying is going to have an unfair advantage, especially with Crying Man carrying the team a bit.
I mean, Team Crying Man as well. Team Crying with Crying Man, Carbon Fin, Royal.
I never heard of Carbon Fin or Royal before, but I'm assuming there are also some Brawl Stars YouTubers as well.
You can play in the general chat for all the players to see. So I don't know if he's
Duke TV
or
being
if
in
he's
here is
just
still
that
crazy,
nice
though. I can still kind of
I don't know, but both of those teams definitely got my
OJ,
1000%
no offense here, but OJ honestly sold in my opinion.
Heck no,
I'm actually not lying. He might have sold last tourney. So I don't know how this is gonna go.
$10,000 is on the line, and like you said, only one team is walking away with that cash money. So I get it, man, and I appreciate it.
Yeah, 100%.
I'll be leaving the video here, but I
stage
will
one is right around the corner.
And
and folks, to kick things off, we already have our bracket placements. We've got Team Ray versus Team Connor in the top left-hand corner of the bracket to kick things off, and then we'll move down the line to see Team Corey versus Team OJ, and then swing across to the other side of the bracket with Crying and Bobby and Drage and Ash. So some fun matchups across the board. We'll be watching all of these matches, by the way, as we go through them. We'll kind of go one after the other. Everybody will be watching on because it is single elimination. Common Cookie, it is winner takes all in the overall competition, but just in bracket stage, you have to keep winning over and over again until you are the champion of stage one to potentially be the champion of this entire event.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you got to win it, but then they got that last chance Wild Royale thing, which is kind of like a unique twist. So even if like one of these teams loses early on, they still got that chance to send in their gladiator into the ring, sort of say, to try to keep that dream alive. So I do like that second chance mechanic. And not only that, like if you do get eliminated early, you kind of watch your opponents and kind of see what the metas are, kind of see what cookies they're picking and what team comps work as well, right? So
yeah,
obviously you don't want to lose early, but if you do, it's not over yet.
Yeah, no, that's a really good shout. And by the way, that works is that if you just get to round 2 in our bracket, you'll be sending in an extra cookie, I suppose, into Wild Royale. So we'll talk a little bit more about that when we get there. But folks, I have to remind you of a couple things before we hop into the gameplay. The first thing is, well, you gotta download the game. Cookie Run Ovensmash. A really dang good time. I've had so much fun playing it in the lead up to this event. I'm really excited to commentate some crazy action, but you need to get your hands on it. You can go download it for free right now on all of the different app stores you can think of. You can scan this QR code on the screen. Little pro tip, if you're on mobile right now, you can actually just screenshot it. Boom, there you go. And then you can click the QR code if you're on a smartphone, and you can pull up that link and it'll send you right over to the download. All right, so go get involved, but also drop a follow on all major socials here with Cookie Run Ovensmash. They've got a lot going on. They've been dropping new cookies left, right, and center for you to play with. And I gotta say, there's a lot of news about this game right now with all the new patch updates, balancing, and everything you want to know about this game. So go drop a follow on all those socials down below. And all those links are going to be down below as well on YouTube in the description. So that'll be nice and easy for you. But we've got a lot to talk about today. And I am really excited to reveal that there's also one other rule we haven't talked about, Common Cookie.
Uh-oh.
I got to bring this up now because this starts our strategy talk, okay? One rule that is different in this competition is that if you win a round, whether it's in the best of 3 in stage 1 or in the best of 7 in stage 3, if you win a round, whatever your cookie comp was, you can't use those cookies again. So this will really change up the strategy if we've got some one-trick wonders out there.
Yeah, and it's gonna come into play come those grand finals too. I know I'm getting a little ahead of myself, but yeah, if you win that round, you can't use that cookie either. And this one cuts deep, it cuts deep. I'm crumbling out here, man, because I'm a one trick cookie. I'm blueberry pie all day when it comes to ranked mode. So if I was in here competing and I win that game, of course, because I would with my blueberry pie, I can't use her no more. You know what I'm saying? So that rule alone is going to be a game changer.
Yeah, well, I'm excited to see what Team Ray in particular decides to do with their comps. I saw their chatter in their team chat just a moment ago. Let's talk about Team Ray because they're about to be up into this competition quickly. We've got Ray, we've got G-Bab, we got Juicy J. Any insight onto this roster? Any tidbits, Common Cookie, on you think they may win this matchup?
I think G-Beb is going to be the most sweatiest, right? Coming from that coach, that competitive mindset, and just kind of checking out their channel a little bit. Then, of course, you mentioned it, Juicy J, a super competitive player. So this team, they got those competitive juices going. I think it's only a matter of like who's going to be the IGL and if everybody kind of follows suit, right? Because with 2 strong personalities, it might be a mess in those team comps.
Yeah, I think it's a great shout. Let's talk about their opposition, though. You already shouted them out. Team Connor. What do you love about this trio?
Yeah, I'm thinking that the MVP right now, playing in that first ever Ovensmash LAN at Korea, day 1 player, been playing the beta. So I think her experience is going to come in clutch for the squad.
I like it. I've actually had a chance to cast over BD Legend as well and no Connor from the scene. So I think it's a great roster as well. I don't know if one team necessarily has an edge over the other, but I'm just excited to see some fantastic Cookie Run Ovensmash action. And this will really set the tone for the competition, right? This is the litmus test. How sweaty is it actually going to be? Let's talk a little bit about maps and modes for our first round. This is going to be the same throughout the course of the entirety of round 1 of our bracket. So you're going to be watching our matchups across the board on both sides of the bracket, all play this exact same maps and modes across the board to make it as competitive as possible, frankly. So we're going to be starting out with Castle Crasher, moving into Smash Fight, and then coin rush if we do get to game 3. As a reminder for everybody at home, this is a best of 3 in each of these matchups. So if let's just say Team Connor wins game 1 and then game 2, well, then they've won the round and they'll be moving on to round 2 and waiting on their competition for a little while in the bracket. But yeah, Common Cookie, you got a favorite of game 1, game 2, game 3?
Oh, I love me some Smash Fight, man. I love just getting in there, just straight up PvP. I don't care about coins. I don't care about jellies. That turtle can do whatever that turtle wants. Smash Fight, right, is my game mode.
Okay, well, you'll definitely see it in game 2. Let's talk a little bit about what Castle Crasher is. Maybe you're tuning in for the very first time. Maybe you're a fan of one of these streamers. You don't know what Castle Crasher is. Here's the simple explanation. You're trying to push the turtle to its destination, but Common Cookie, break it a little bit more down for me of how this works. What does this turtle do? How do you move it? What's going on?
Protect the turtle. You know, the turtle is the point, essentially, and you want to stay on point and move with the point. Castle Crasher, it's a very interesting game mode because it comes down to whose base is destroyed the most, but you can also go into overtime, and the overtime continues to reset as long as you have one of your cookies on your team inside on the point. So that overtime, it can last. I've been in overtime for like 10 minutes. Like, this has to be one of the sweatiest game modes out there because of the overtime clock here. So we'll have to see who could push the turtle the furthest here in game number 1.
Yeah, a great breakdown. This is actually one of my favorite game modes. I know a lot of players are playing it because it is so unique in that way. It's that classic objective-based game mode where you're trying to kind of control the hill, if you want, the objective, trying to push it along. But at the same time, it's also doing damage to your opponent's castle. So there is a little bit of push and pull, not only with where it is on the map, but also how much damage you're putting out and how long you've controlled it. So the overtime clock is a blast. I don't think I've ever been in one for that long, Common Cookie.
It happens.
I've played quite a bit, but I have been in overtimes where just the overtime lasted about 5 minutes, which I thought was very long, but you've doubled that up and passed to the next person, I guess.
It gets frustrating, man. You start screaming at your teammates and you're like, hey, just get on point. All right, what are we doing here? But you know, hey, I'm looking forward to it. Game 1, Castle Crasher. It's gonna be fun.
All right, well, we're jumping into it. It is Team Ray versus Team Connor. And I'm excited to see some Castle Crasher action on main right now. Let's see who can control the turtle better. And we're straight into gameplay, folks. Ray going to be in the blue. Team Connor going to be in the red.
All right, we got a String Cheese out here. String Cheese putting in a lot of damage. Melon Soda, one of the best supports. You know, she can heal up as well. But it's really who stays on point, like we mentioned, so that way they can push that turtle and get that base chunk down.
Oh, so we have Connor. Okay,
Ray comes in and drafts the ultimate, trying to clear the point, like you said. Should open things up a little bit.
I want to know if they're playing well.
Nice push from Ray, but Nat with a heart, I believe, just picked up a triple, so that'll do. Pushing back for red. It's still fairly even, and there's
no, Juicy, no, Juicy, no.
Ooh,
do not go for elimination. That is not the objective, okay? This is what I fear. Like, this is what,
with the follow-up on the Peach. Beautiful ultimate right there, but
Team Connor's actually carrying
damage from Connor's String
Holy,
Cheese. Just too much to handle right now here, Coach.
Okay, so first of all, Juicy, why do you pick Fruit Punch, okay?
Really
no offense, but I could just tell you, Fruit Punch is one of the worst cookies in the game.
Zone off the opponents,
please, okay?
You desperately need in Castle Crasher.
You cannot be using him.
Still a fairly even
game. It is all, he's
nice
awful against Rain's cookies. Any cookies technically, he's just awful.
Clean up some of the health of... Looks like Team Ray, who are now
isn't
in
he the one dying quicker than the rest? That's crazy.
They can to help their team stay alive, but Nat with a heart yet again, just holding down the point.
Yeah, Cherry.
Ray did a clutch, but only to get
super squishy, but they output a lot of damage. So you got to have the Fruit Punch on point with the heals, and then send the Peach in the backline with that ultimate, and just try to take those squishies out. I think that would be the play over on the side of Juicy, but let's see if they can accomplish that.
Yeah, I think somebody's gonna have to jump into the back line and try to pick up Cherry, but Cherry's special is...
Let me see if I can get the video or live stream directly.
So dip, dive, and dodge across as you continue to rack up some damage on the opposing castle. It does look like now we've got a fairly clean lead here for Team Connor. Decent push for Team Ray, but unfortunately, yet again, they just cannot put out enough damage.
Yeah.
Or maybe there could be a slight nod towards the support. I feel like some of our support action isn't kind of landing as effectively as it could.
I think BD is doing a great job on the Dark Choco, just outputting that damage, that 360 swing, not really allowing Team Juicy to get on point. Meanwhile, we keep talking about the string cheese in the back.
They're actually doing really
with
well.
The turret, with the
Team Red already picked
just
good
such
cookies.
a good job, and they can't even touch
The
Connor.
blue
They
team
can't even
or
get to Connor,
Team
and
Ray
that's
is
the
just
issue
selling right now, bro.
Nat with a heart on 9, by the way. Absolutely. I'm not even sure Nat with a heart has gone down yet.
Popping
I
off,
think
dude.
you've been playing the back line so well. Just dropping out chip damage.
Yeah, so there's a
enough
better
to
one
help
over
out the
here.
team,
Okay,
and there's
okay,
no
okay.
Soda yet again trying to keep the team
So I
alive.
could get this
with
one
the
out.
heals. And it's nice, but it's just not enough. There's just too much DPS for the side of Team Connor.
Yeah, pretty much if they get that turtle to that little yellow mark over there, it's a GG, and they are right there knocking on the doorstep. There's that cherry bomb ultimate from downtown. Juicy can't even get on point. Juicy already chunked down and out. Here comes Ray, though, with the
there we go.
Peach
Okay.
ultimate. Trying
That's
to get
way,
some
way, way
damage on the
better.
board, but just can't touch them. They're so good. They're so good at just not dying here, Coach.
Yeah, they're doing a
Oh,
fantastic
overtime.
job. That with a heart finally in a little bit of trouble, and we're seeing some action here for Team Ray, and that with a heart actually may have gone down for the very first time. But yes, overtime is on the board, and what that means is if Ray goes down here,
Yeah, okay. The stream is well.
there goes that timer. Overtime dropping quickly.
Yeah,
and they'll be able to get there
Team
in
Connor
time.
actually
Team
did
Connor
really, really well.
pick up the first game
GG's.
in our first round, and they're excited about that one.
Honestly, they mopped them up, dude. They mopped them up.
Nate
I'm
with
just
the
gonna-
heart
I'm just gonna
actually
be
did
honest right
some
there.
serious damage
BD
with
legend on the
Cherry
Dark
right there.
Choco.
So I actually
so good,
I
so
highly
good
respect
with
that.
just
I
staying in the
actually
front
respect
line and allowing his squad mates to kind of be in the back and just continue to poke. And like I said, now with the heart, so many eliminations there. I mean, I don't even think she got taken out once that game.
Yeah, it was, I think her only time she was taken out was at the very, very end during overtime, actually. And because there was so much aggro swung over to Nat with a heart, the rest of the team for Team Connor was able to hold down the point,
fact
and then
that Common
overtime
Cookie
ticked
is
away
still,
very quickly.
what do you mean, a
Maybe
commentator?
not surprising.
Yeah.
You called him
That's
out,
insane.
but a nice win to start things off, to set the tone for how aggressive and sweaty this first round will play.
Yeah, and actually kind of chatting with Nat before these games started, she told me her favorite cookie was cherry cookie.
go.
Coming in game one, you know, rocking that
Solid,
comfort pick, getting that
Of
win.
course, there are many
That's
cherry
definitely
mains
gonna help
out
with the
there, and cherries,
momentum, but
if
because
not
of
one
the
of the most
rules,
deadliest cookies in the
now we can't use the cherry cookie
That's
on
right.
that side. So you know, how is that going to play
I
effect
didn't
here on
pay
game number
attention to the
2?
rules, by the way.
Well, let's take a look at Cherry Cookie in
hold-
action here in our
maybe
replay
it's, out
package.
of
It's
best
going to be a
out of
lot
three,
of that Cherry
or if they
Cookie
just want to keep the
damage.
tournament extremely
And
short, they're just
overall,
going
there was
to
just so much
do
DPS
one
on the
game
side
per
of Team
team.
And
I
while
did
that was
not
all
pay attention
happening,
to
you
the
had
rules.
BD
I would
taking
go
in
back,
mid
but I don't
and
wanna,
also getting quite a bit of
ruin
DPS out as well. And they were able to hold it down even into overtime, get some nice value early to have an advantage, and then close it
Connor
out
played
in
string
style.
cheats
Very
really,
well
really well.
done from that trio.
Okay.
And like
Yeah,
you called out,
it's
with
a
Team
best out of
Connor
three.
winning
Okay, it's out
that
of three.
round, you will
So
not
we got
see
Mala training
any
pit.
of those
Wait,
three
you're
cookies
saying
used
that
for
Mala
the rest
training
of just
pit
this matchup
is
here in round
actually
one. So
a
going into
3v3
Smash
game mode
Fight,
right now,
no
and not
Cherry
just
Cookie,
a 1v
no Choco,
or free-for-all
the
game
whole
mode.
9
Okay,
yards
okay.
for Team
Yeah.
Connor.
Okay,
But
that's good.
we're moving into Mala training
gonna be
pit.
very
We're going to
interesting,
Smash Fight.
Smash fight, just straight up.
And we also have
PvP,
Smash fight, like
and
literal
like we
Smash
said,
fight.
Nat
Okay,
already
really interesting.
not allowed to use
So
her
I
favorite
like how
comfort
they
pick
start
cherry
ordered this
cookie.
because
By the way,
Castle
that giant
Crusher
cherry bomb
is more of a
does
game
like
where we have to focus on the
1,700 damage. I
objective.
mean, we saw
Smash
right
fight
there
is you
on
could go all
the
out on
fruit punch,
eliminations
who's
and
pretty
not
much
worry
a
about
bruiser,
anything
just
else.
getting chunked
And
down to
Coin
about
Rush is
50%
basically more of an
HP. So I'm
objective
telling you
kind of
right
game
now,
mode.
Cherry
But
Bomb, we're
especially
probably
with
going to see Cherry
Bluefish
Bomb a
Cafe
lot more
straight
throughout the evening.
map, that's
Yeah,
going to
well,
be
we're
very,
moving into
very
Smash
interesting.
Fight, and I think there's some
Map to
viewers
choose,
out there that
especially
maybe
since it's easy
haven't
to get
played before.
blinded
Smash Fight, probably the
by
easiest to
the coins that
understand.
surround it.
Defeat
And
enemies
Bluefish Beach,
to
I
earn
don't
points
know
and win.
if that
Common
map
Cookie,
even
any
exists
extra
as
info
of
on
now
this one? It's
to
just about
play,
beating your
in
opponent.
Coin
Hey
Rush.
man, it comes down to
And I
just
don't-
being
wait, which
better,
Coin Rush
all
is
right?
it? Is it like
Being
the
better
Coin Rush
and
2.0
getting
or
them
the original one?
eliminations. I think one
Original
team
one
comp
would
that
fit
you
really
know
well.
we might not see a lot of players implement here tonight, but you know I run into it occasionally on ranked is a red velvet on the squad. So pretty much red velvet and the squad squad, they hide in one bush.
If they're
and the red
smart,
velvet pulls you.
Red velvet would be a
and
really,
you're pretty
really
much
good
there's nothing you can do. You
cookie
get
to
pulled into
play
the bush, and then you got three people
yeah,
jumping
red
on you.
velvet is
You know, and they
mostly
just
really
rinse and
good
repeat.
if
So
you
I'm
use
looking
him
to see
in
maybe we can get
special
some red velvets here in
specifically
game
to
number 2. But I mean, there's
bring
so
the
many
victim
options
to
here,
you
Coach.
if they're like
Yeah, there are a ton of
very,
options. There's only
how do you say
3
it?
off the board
Very
again for
snitchy, and they
Team
just wanna
Connor.
get as far
However,
away from
for
as
their
possible.
opposition, Team
You
Ray,
know,
somebody like Juicy
that
J who's
would
on
be
Fruit
awesome,
Punch
though.
could run Fruit Punch again. So the only limitation is if you win a round. And in Smash Fight, anything goes besides that one rule. So I'm excited to see what this team is able to do
Since they don't
as we move into
focus on any
Smash Fight.
objectives for
And
Smash
what
Fight,
it
this is
looks
going
like
to be
if
a
they are really
really
one
interesting
tricks,
match.
or if they're going to be, hey, I've got some nice comfort picks through like 5 or 6 picks, and you really won't see them stress until maybe they get to the best of 7 in stage 3. But let's take a look at some of those locked cookies just to remind you at home. Common Cookie, break it down for me.
No,
Of
you're
course,
not.
we know.
You're not locking
Off the
3
board.
ice pops for
so
all the team,
a strat
right? For
here
Team
could
Ray,
be just
you
Team
cannot
Ray
lock
just
ice,
using that
lock
same
ice
team
pop. Ice
comp.
pop is
Honestly, that team
by far the
Connor
best cookie in the game,
used
bro.
last
No,
game,
no.
and you know that's a
So
strong
Dark
team
Coco's
comp. Just
left.
rinse and
Okay,
repeat
that's
over
gonna
there.
be
You
a
got the
good
Dark
cookie to
Coco
lock
in the
right
front,
now.
just
Team
hacking and
Connor
slashing
cannot
the
carry
string
with
cheese
Dark
with the
Coco
turn in the
each
back
game.
line and
They
the
have to
insane
lock Cherry
damage
and
with
Dark
the
Coco.
with
They're
the
too
minigun, and then
powerful.
of course like we kept
They're
seeing
really
with
easy
the cherry
cookies
bomb. So
to
really
wipe
comes down
teams
to like
with,
Team
especially
Connor.
Cherry,
Who do they want to pick,
ranged,
right, to win
Dark
a
Coco
straight up
close range,
PvP
so
battle?
this is
In my
very,
mind,
very
I'm
interesting.
going with
Them
Blueberry Pie
blocking
without
string
a
cheese,
doubt.
though,
One of the cookies with the longest
string
range,
cheese is
a
not
huge ultimate that just pretty
annoying
much
in my
spans
opinion,
half
or
the
is
map,
not
in my
as strong
opinion.
as the rest.
But besides
So,
that, like it's
I
pretty
don't know
open.
how
There's so many
exactly this is
options
going
here,
to
Coach.
go.
Yeah, no, I agree. Honestly, my favorite cookie of all time is one of the newer cookies, Black Pudding Cookie.
The Black
I
Pudding,
love the
that is an
ambush
awesome
mechanic.
cookie,
I
if
love the
not one of
fast-paced
one of the
play from
best
Black
cookies in the game.
Pudding. You
With
could
that,
see Black
second
Pudding here in
or,
Smash Fight just
special
because this
variation.
game
He can
style
actually
is
shield
kind of
himself
however you want to
right
play it.
after
You can
he
play
deals
extremely
damage
slow,
to
and like you
an
said,
enemy
look for
using
some
the
ambush
special.
moments.
So
I have a lot of
that
fun trying to
alone
1v3
makes him
with Black
just
Pudding.
super broken.
And it's a lot of fun when all the combos work and you're able to pick
It's
up
so
that
funny how
shield.
everybody
But
is, like,
anyways,
at their
I don't
home,
know.
like,
I feel like
chilling
Juicy
and,
J
like, in a
probably
tournament, but
felt
they're
most
also
comfortable in
sweaty at
Fruit
the
Punch
same
and just
time.
didn't
It's,
feel
like,
like the
so funny.
team was maybe as cohesive in an objective-based game mode. So maybe this game mode will be a little bit different if they're on their comfort picks.
I like how they're
Ray is
focusing on
praying to the
objective-based
cookie
game
run
modes.
gods right there
they're
that they get this
actually
game
really,
so they
really
don't get
hard
knocked
to
out here
focus
first,
on.
man.
You just
But
wanna
yeah, hey,
eliminate
I'm impressed,
everybody.
man.
That's the
Black Pudding,
satisfying part
high
of it.
skill ceiling cookie. I think one of the highest skill ceilings in the game, besides like maybe like Tiger Lily. You really need to hit them
Yeah,
snipes.
yeah.
Yeah,
shot
exactly.
range. Yeah, super.
Tiger Lily is one of the
super
hardest
challenging
cookies to
here.
play,
So
if not the
I think
hardest.
Black Pudding definitely a favorite when it comes to like
makes
rank
sense
pushing
why
as well. You
Tiger
kind
Lily
of
has
get
such
in,
a
you get
long
out, and you got to
and
wait for your auto
powerful
attack to kind of
basic
go back
attack.
up. So
It's just because of
all
how
these
hard
players
it is
are in
to aim.
comps as well,
That
right?
just
So if they
ruins
can just
all
keep
the
those
entire
team comps
experience
open,
with
I mean, a
Tiger
Black
Lily.
Pudding can definitely come in here tonight.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, if you're also, a bruiser, more
Yeah,
oriented,
yeah.
but if you're looking for
I
more
also
an
missed the
assassin
rules
type,
as well. I
potentially
actually
could see
came
Chili
a bit
Pepper
late
has a
after
crazy
the
amount
live
of
stream started,
DPS,
so I'm actually
dive
really,
in
really
and
late to
pick
the
up
rules.
an elimination
But
here
as
or
of
there
now,
that
it
could
looks
slowly
like,
rack up. And again, it really totally comes down to
there's
what the
going to
team
be
comp is. Is it all play
like a
together,
best
play
of
front
3.
to back, or are we really
So
trying to
one
separate,
team
divide and
goes with
conquer,
another,
pick up some
goes
of those
against
cards
another, and
you know,
then
maybe
it's like
just
a
snipe some
3,
folks from a
do like a
distance.
Yeah, it really comes
like a
down to the
team
team
v
comps,
team
like you said here.
format,
So
but,
looking forward to it.
they have 3 chances.
I'm really curious to
I'm
see what we
assuming
pick
that,
on the side of Nat's squad
if
here,
one
because,
team
like we
like
said,
Team
they already
Connor won
used
the
their
last
favorite
game, if you
cookies
missed
in
that
game
one.
number
But if
1,
Team Connor
which is good
actually
because it
gets
gets that
this
momentum
win, I
going,
think
and
they
obviously you're up
automatically
1.
win.
But the thing
Because
is,
it's
like,
a best
now
of
where do you
3.
go? You know, like if you pick your best cookie
Yeah.
in the talent
Hello,
pool,
Meatloaf.
where do you go from there?
Nice
And
to meet you.
being a
Welcome
straight
to
up
the stream.
PvP battle, I'm gonna stick with the
I'm
blueberry
checking both
pie. I'm
chats
gonna
this
say
time,
we're
video
gonna
and
see
vertical.
blueberry pie here, game number 1. Maybe even a brie cheese cookie.
I don't know what the
she's
other
got,
part of the
some
rules
high
are, though.
damage output, and then maybe like a tank.
I
Maybe
like
a tank
missed
on
the
their
rules
side.
entirely,
So,
and had like half of the first game.
I think that's what they're doing right now, kind of just
Which team
theory
are you guys
crafting.
rooting
You know,
for,
who
by the
should we
way?
pick?
I might be for the crying.
Yeah, I think
team
the
crying
players are
because
just saying, don't
just
start
because
the
of
game yet.
how
We're
many
still conversating about
achievements
our best
the
comp
crying
possible.
man has.
Do you? I would
in
ask you a
Brawl
question
Stars.
actually, Kami.
Ask me.
He is like
expert.
really,
When you think
really
about team
good at
comps,
the
do
game, and
you
he's
traditionally
really good at
see a
focusing
support
on
used
the
in Smash
objectives
Fight?
and not on
I think if you're in like voice comms, for sure you could go for that, right? But just like randomly
like
squatting up and randomly squatting up and ranked, just like I just go for my blueberry pie. I just get all that damage and just hope and pray. Hope and pray.
Awesome
Squad mates do something.
to play
But yeah, I mean, coming in, if you are gonna pick like a healer, melon soda definitely like the #1 healer. But peppermint cookie, I mean, you can't sleep on the peppermint cookie. So peppermint cookie could charge up the auto attack, and it pretty much lets his little bubble go even further. So peppermint cookie, yes, a healer, right?
Really,
but can also do some really good damage.
You have to use
plus, homie's got a whale. You know what I'm saying? Homie just calls in a damn whale out of the blue. So you know, it's a good ult. It's a good ult.
Yeah,
you guys are intentional with peppermint.
No, it definitely is. Zoning off in particular on objectives, but in Smash Fight, anything goes. I don't know. I think it's about to get started though, in here in just a moment.
Okay, we're finally starting.
And yeah, I am seeing all of the players still talking about, well, what if I run this? What if I run this? I respect it, okay?
It's nerve-wracking.
I want to see it. You could even, I mean, look, as we think about more about what these players could run, you can see them talking right now. You know, it really depends on their skill level too, right? Like we talk about that often. If they're extremely skilled in a game of this type, or in this game in particular, Tiger Lily is a fantastic option. And there's so much DPS potential, but you have to hit your spears. And if you don't, then all of a sudden you're like, wow, I really am a waste of space on the map. Let me be very clear, Common Cookie. I am solid at Black Pudding. I am not a skill shot type cookie player. You know what I mean? I don't have the aim like some of these players do. So Tiger Lily's not for me, but I do like the skill expression of a more movement based cookie.
Yeah, so you know, I put myself through the challenge of actually playing all the cookies to get them up rank #3, because at rank #3 you get 10,000 gold coins. So you know, I struggled, and you know, I was playing with the boys one night, and they were just laughing at me playing Tiger Lily because I was just missing all my shots. I'm like, hey, listen, I'm doing it for the gold coins, but coach, we're in game #2.
We're in. I was gonna say we talked about most cookies, but BD Legend going for Ice Pop Cookie and already taking quite a bit of damage. This is one of those game modes though, where you really don't want to go down. So you're going to see a lot of players back off and try to heal up.
Focus on attack.
And Juicy was trying to go for...
Wait, what kind of special does he have?
Snipe there, but he's going to back off there. There's a couple trading of blows. We lose BD in the trade. It is still 1-1.
BD Legend,
yeah, looking like on that squad, you got two tanks essentially, and then the damage dealer, the blue slushy cookie. So Ice Pop Cookie, their ultimate could pretty much freeze you in your tracks. So if they can hit that ultimate,
it's so sad.
That freeze going on, and then pop off with the blue slushy ult, it's a GG. I mean, that could be 3 eliminations right there in the
taking advantage of the wall right there.
No, that's a great call. And I actually really like this comp from Team Connor.
He did not have the shield, and he has the basic. Oh my god!
By BD.
What are you doing?
Juicy yet again. That's going to put them up 2. And BD's going to swing the Ice Pop and pick up another Ice Pop Cookie. Nice DPS. It has all 3 eliminations for that roster, but still 3-2.
Ice Pop is
and this
selling.
is pretty much a
BD Legend, what are you doing,
way,
bro?
Because Strawberry Cream Cookie
there's no way you guys are not
and
giving
there it goes.
like
the Waffle Bot has like 6,000 health.
Where,
by the way,
wait,
just
is it
in
a
your
personal
face trying to punch you down. So
like
they're pretty much calling in another squad mate from the sidelines. But
this is so
right there, Juicy with a nice response there to that push. So it's a straight up 3v3 when it comes to scores.
Actually.
Yeah, nice spacing here from Ray, who has elected to follow the strategy of Nat with a heart and pick up Cherry Cookie here fairly early in the overall event.
Okay,
but
you are not supposed to place your
as a reminder, if they do go down here, they won't be playing for a while until stage 2.
Cherry
so this is a must-win for Team Ray as BD gets quite low yet again. Ray can't quite get
guys, dude, they are literally using the default kits.
And all of a sudden, we
still
have a very close matchup.
Who in the world is
Juicy,
default?
That strike goes super far from the dark choco cookie, and looks like they're finally going to be taken out right there. BD super low in the health department, going to be pulling back.
BD Legend is
this is where those team comps come into play, right? They come in, they get some damage on the board. If
Connor's
they can't
doing
get
pretty
a pick,
well.
they back up and try to get the heals and then reset.
This is
Connor
Smash
ended up
fight
dropping
again. Connor, yeah, Team
ultimate just a
Connor's
moment
winning.
ago, and
Okay,
didn't see
Connor,
a ton of value
first of
from
all,
it. Tries to dive onto Juicy, and
I
Juicy
know
has
that
the answer.
this is your second time. This must be your second time playing
Still
the game.
very even, but
The
Team
first
Ray,
time
yeah,
they're
takes the
sponsor,
lead for the
okay,
first time in this competition.
You
Alright,
cannot
BD Legend.
dive with blue slushy and destroy
The
entire
ultimate
team
got the
and wipe them
freeze,
from
yeah.
top
Connor
end.
from the
That's
backline with the blue slushy
Okay.
coming up with the ult as well. And
BD Legend, do not sell.
I don't know,
Wow.
man. BD Legend
my
and Connor
God,
squad,
what
they
was
just
that?
seem like they got
What
that
was
synergy
that?
flowing a little more here tonight.
You had no pressure.
That
on
was
you.
very
You just stand
clean
there.
pickup
Oh
in the
my
final moment.
Yeah.
You can see the expression on their faces. Team Connor
deserved it. Okay,
excited about that one, and Team Ray just blown away that they didn't end up getting the win.
Bro.
They were up there into the final moment, and then it was a perfect lineup of the ultimate from the Ice Pop Cookie to get the freeze, and then the follow-up from Blue Slushy Cookie was able to get enough DPS to take the rest of them out. Team Connor, they go back to back. They
So they're going
close
to
it
go
in 2. You
against the
will not be
team-
seeing a Game 3 in this matchup.
Wait, they're gonna go against. Wait,
Nope,
which
you
which
will
team
not.
was it?
And well,
They're gonna
it's
go
not done
against
though. It's
one
not done. They
team,
got
and
that
that
last
team has to
chance
be another
Walls
team
Royale,
in
right?
a
So that
series
squad, we're
of
gonna see them
3
again
games,
here
or
later
3 or
on. But it's
2
gotta feel
games,
good. You know, you're
either
the
one.
first matchup of the evening. You come in, you get the 2-0.
Team Connor did really
you know,
well,
you
but
got
BD
to
Legend
play
is
and
selling.
flex your
I'm just gonna
different
tell you
team comp.
Okay,
So I
please.
wouldn't be surprised if you know, we see that same team comp essentially, right, throughout
Yeah.
the rest of the night from Team Connor. Because if it ain't broke, it don't fix it, right?
That's exactly right. Very well done from Team Counter. They will be moving on to the next round. It's going to be basically our semifinals in our bracket. So they're going to be chilling for a while as we await to see the next couple matchups. But before we get there, let's take a quick look back on that matchup. Smash Fight is a ton of fun. It's a big ebb and flow game of trying to back up and heal or trying to
Nathan Hart
dive
did
when
really
somebody's
good with
low
that
like
damage
Juicy
and
J
distance.
here, just barely
That was
not
really
able
good. That was
to
really
get
good.
out with a heart. Saving
But
that
BD
one
Legend waiting all that
elimination
time
was the
to
difference,
just
by the
basically
way,
just such-
from Team
such-
Connor
I
picking up
cannot
the
say,
win
okay,
right now in the
That is
very
just the
last
most
moment.
selling
BD,
movement you can ever
a
do.
little bit of BM was just trying to taunt out the ult and almost
Dark Coco
got
did really
too
well, though.
overextended there.
Who's Dark
So
Coco?
close, yeah. He almost
was Dark Coco?
fed an
Whoever
elimination
played
to
Dark
their
Coco
opponent's
played
squad,
really
and that
well.
would have made it a little more closer. But Ice Pop Cookie is so good, and you know,
Yeah, I
all
know
these
Ice Pop
cookies, they
Cookie is
have
one of
3
the best-
different
is literally
options
the
for
best
their
cookie in the
ultimates
game.
too, right?
You're not
So
using them
I
right.
believe right there, Ice Pop was using the freezing swing, but Ice Pop has the freezing bat flip. That you can actually throw that bat out there a little further and get a nice little spread right there.
Yeah,
so
but
all
bat
these
flip is
cookies, I
not
mean, there's
really
so many different
what I'd
options when it
recommend,
comes to these
unless you
ultimates
want- you
and even their
focus more on
specials
the
that
area than the
I'm looking
damage.
forward to kind of
And if you're
seeing.
going
And
to
I think that's why it
lend
took so
literally
long
lend the
to
enemies
get the
to
game
your
started.
Yeah.
They're trying to like
instead
theory craft,
of
you know, which one they should
Exactly.
run.
dealing enough damage for
Exactly.
yourself.
Well, you
That's
can
what we're
see
talking
it
about
does
right
look
now.
like Team Connor officially has moved on to the next round. As you can see there, very cute team logo. Moving on to the semifinals. We will be
Connor.
moving
So now
down
it's Team
our
Corey and
bracket,
Team
though, to see
OJ,
what
right?
Team
Or Team
Corey
Corey
versus
first?
Team OJ will look like.
Okay,
Common Cookie, I
so
think
we
this is
got
going to be a
Team
very fun
Corey and
matchup
Team
as well.
OJ
And I think the
next.
question I have for you is, are we going to see the exact same comps because we're running the same games, or do you think all of these teams have some of their comfort picks they'll start with that may look a little bit different?
Yeah, a good question. I think round 1, I think everyone's going to go with their comfort pick. You know, you got to. In my opinion, you got all these tier lists and all that good stuff, but it just comes down to like who you vibe with the most.
Yeah.
Right.
It is
You
a
know, like
MOBA game as well, so
surprisingly
tier
for
lists
me, I love some of these
aren't for
common
everybody.
cookies down at the bottom. I mean, they have their uses, right? So it doesn't matter what rarity they are. But yeah, I think
Rarity
these
in
players, at
MOBA
least when it
games only
comes to round
defines how
1, you're kind
complicated
of going
they are
with
to
that
play.
favorite
That's
cookie.
all.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think you got to lean on your comfort pick. You got to lean on the cookie that you believe you know the best. You know their abilities. You know their exact distances. You know how to utilize their special effectively to dash in, dash out, or otherwise. Like maybe even pull people in, depending on which cookie you decided to choose. So I'm excited to get into this matchup, though, and see what these players have to offer, because everybody has different preferences on what they like to play. Are you a tank player? Are you a marksman? Do you like to hit your skill shots? Do you like to play support and back
Jerky
up the
is
team?
going to be, if
Only
not,
time
one of the
will tell
best
what they
cookies to
decide
use
to
right
do.
now.
Look, I will say
because
one thing about
nobody's
Team Connor. They
playing
didn't
as
really
good.
have a true support in the first round. And it still worked
teams
out
who
well
played
for them. So
right
let's
now,
take a look at Team Corey,
I didn't
though,
play
and
well.
talk a little bit about
So,
this roster before we
I
talk
wonder how
about
they're
their
going to play now.
cookies.
We
What do
got
you think, Common Cookie Team Corey?
TV, guys. We got
Hey,
Duke
Corey,
TV
the
right
4
now.
times North America champion, right? Am I right? So Corey's gonna be locked in, and then we got Duck showing up. Duck has been
Duck TV,
absolutely
that has spelled
just
it. I
loving
didn't even
Cookie Run
pronounce it.
Kingdom, and I believe might be self-titled Silent Salt's wife. So super
Bro,
excited to see
you
Duck
did
out
not
here
have to
tonight
mention that. Okay,
competing.
you did
I'm
not
looking
have to
forward. I think
mention
this is
that.
an underdog squad for me, honestly. So I'm not going to sleep on this squad on making it pretty far in tonight's event.
I think they're actually
No,
going
I
to
actually
make
totally
it
agree.
Really,
I've actually had a
really
chance
fun.
to cast
I
with
actually
Duck
think so.
before, and that guy preps for everything
I don't know
so
I
well.
don't
So
know
I have a feeling he's been
Mio-
prepping for this
Mio- wait,
competition.
how do
It
you
may surprise some
say
folks on
that?
what he's able to do.
Mio
So we'll
and the
see, but
chorus,
let's take a look
but
at their competition.
judging-
Team Corey first, and looking at
just
their
judging
opponents,
by-
Team
I
OJ.
cannot
What do you got
judge
for me, Comic
by
Cookie?
people's face. That was crazy. But they
OJ the
literally, like,
legend.
sweats. I'm just
All
gonna say
right,
that.
AKA Muscle
OJ
Cookie. I mean, my
sweated.
dude is
I mean,
in
not
the game
sweated, like,
as
he
Muscle
literally
Cookie
sold. I'm just gonna
voiceover.
say that.
So
totally
OJ.
sold
Cookie
the
Run,
beta
Kingdom,
tournament,
Cookie Run Up and
last
Smash.
year.
I mean, it just
So I
runs
have no
deep
idea
in
if
homie's
he's
blood.
gonna
So honestly,
actually
OJ,
play
I
well
already
this
know he's
time.
locked in.
I'm not
I was
confident
speaking
in
with
Team
Jimbo a
OJ
little
at
bit.
all.
Jimbo was telling me their favorite cookie is going to be Fruit Punch. So you already know
Bro,
we're going to be seeing
Jimbo,
like that
you said your
brawler
favorite
Fruit
is
Punch
Fruit
cookie in the
Get
front
out,
line, just
okay?
punching it
Your
down. So
favorite
this is going to be a
cookie
tough
can be
team.
Fruit
A
Punch,
tough
but
team to
you're
go
not
up
going to
against
play
them.
him, okay?
Spriggles,
I can tell you
AKA
that.
the
Fruit
content
Punch is
cowboy.
one of the
All
worst
right,
cookies in the
so
game.
we might see
Just there for
some riot
distraction.
cookies out here
Especially
tonight.
because the first game
Yeah,
we're
this is a
playing
star-studded roster
wait, is it Castle
for
Crasher?
certain. A
If
lot
we're playing
of
Castle Crasher,
legacy
then Fruit
here
Punch
when it
might be
comes to
okay.
mobile gaming,
But
but
then he's
even
really
in
easy
this,
to be ignored, and he'll
Cookie
only be
Run
targeted
universe that we are living in,
by the
Oven
enemies
Smash, I'm excited to see what these players are able to
when they're
bring to
not,
us. And again,
like, filling
brings me
objective.
back to the comp question.
So
Which
Fruit Punch
cookies are
is
they
like
going
a
to be
take
running?
me
And
or leave
you're
me kind
expecting
of
Fruit
cookie.
Punch, and that is totally fair. We saw it in the first round as well, especially if you're hitting your jumps over the top. A fantastic brawler to kind of be up in the mix, right? Really a bruiser to kind of get right next to your opponents, cause a bunch of chaos while your marksmen are able to pick up the DPS.
Exactly, and you get like a nice little shield as well, a little shield barrier. So I think like a Fruit Punch with the shield up in the front from Jimbo, and then Spraggles really is a cowboy. Obviously going with Rye Cookie with the double guns and the hats and all that good stuff. Rye Cookie does a lot of damage as well if you can keep them in the back line nice and safe. So I think the wild card for me is going to be who's OJ going to pick. Essentially.
Yeah, I totally agree. I saw OJ warming up earlier with Ice Pop Cookies, so maybe we can see Ice Pop Cookie in the first rep. Let's take a look at it. We're getting started, folks. It's Team Corey versus Team OJ, and we are going back to Castle Crasher. So we're going to play a little objective game mode. Let's see who can push the turtle the best as we hop straight into it. Take a quick look at our cookies. It looks like Spraggle's going for Licorice Cookie.
Okay, yeah, Licorice Cookie, a great support. You got the little tombstone that you can plop on the ground as well, and kind of spawn little minions to kind of help you in your fight. And not only that, you can just spam Licorice Cookie's auto attack, and it has a nice range to it.
Cherry Cookie coming in from Corey. We'll be seeing quite a bit of Cherry Cookie most likely. Spraggles will drop the ultimate. Unfortunately, it gets cut down by Muyo. This is going to open things back up here for blue team, which is Team Corey, who yet again, nice ultimate as well from Duck to keep the pressure on. Blue in control currently, even though they're down on the overall leaderboard.
Yeah, Team Corey, I mean, their whole team comp is pretty much two tanks that are going to be up in the front line trying to stay on point, and then you got Corey in the back line just continuing to apply that pressure with the cherry bombs here. So it's going to come down to the tanks just staying on point, but the Black Pudding from OJ doing a good job at, I want to say, hunting down cherry bomb Corey.
Crepe.
Yeah, OJ,
you cannot
my
pick
favorite
crepe
cookie.
against Black
Gonna
Pudding.
show me how it works
So
correctly.
OJ
I try my
actually
best to
good.
pilot that
Okay, we
cookie,
got
but
licorice
OJ
and black
probably could do a little
licorice
bit better.
and
We'll
black
see.
pudding.
Currently
Alright,
still in the
it's not the
lead,
best
even though
one
it
of the best
feels like
combination
Team
we can
Corey
do.
have put out quite a bit of damage, have been up into the mix aggressively, trying
You
to
are
hunt the back line.
selling
Look at that, Muyo,
Duck to
even
you
off
just
screen now, looking
Duck
for their
is actually
third.
selling.
It just feels like they can't play on point correctly right now, and they
that's
can't
a-
move this
OJ,
turtle the other way.
Yeah, cherry bomb cookie though,
He
doing a good
actually
job.
grew
A
up
nice little
playing so,
three-pointer
he
right
did
there.
pick,
Gonna
if
try
not
to
the
keep him
second or
off
third
point, but
ult
yeah,
for Black
OJ
Pudding,
on the Black
which
Pudding
doesn't just
cookie. You
damage
see
enemies
how he's
within
coming in,
a
going out,
rectangle
kind of
radius,
playing
but
around their
also
auto attacks,
leaves,
their three auto attacks
area
to dash
damage.
in and get
So,
out. I
yeah,
think
if
doing
they
such a
stay-
good
if they
job
stay
at
in that
just
area,
playing
they'll
playing to
deal
the strengths of the
damage. So
cookie
that's
here.
really, really good
OJ
for this
hunting
game.
down,
Oh my
knocking
God,
the
OJ
back line,
actually had
taking
a
him
great
out on strawberry crepe cookie.
Really good
I'm
combo.
telling you, Black Pudding
Yeah,
Cookie
Black-
is so
perfect.
dang cool. I
They just-
love the
that-
combo
exactly
of
what
the
you're
auto
supposed to
attacks to
do.
dash
Oh
in,
my God, they're gonna-
as well as the
they're actually
special. Everything looking nice and clean right now for Team OJ. They have complete control. There was a moment I thought Team Corey was going to be able to stabilize and push this turtle back, but now they're in a blender. They're kind of trickling in. Corey's trying to reset with his team. Muyo's going in on the back line. Hopefully help out Corey. And OJ's just hunting Corey down. He will not let Corey get away. Black Pudding Cookie potentially going to pick up a two-piece here. One down to the bottom side, one down to the top side.
OJ's carrying.
Black Pudding Cookie, OJ looking clean right now.
Yeah, I'm trying to see what all the Madeline cookies rocking, because this is all called the Knight of the Guardian that actually provides a shield as well. So if Duck can kind of get that shield going, they might be able to get a little turnaround here.
Exactly what he's
Looks like Madeline trying to stay on point, trying not to let that turtle go to their base. That turtle is right there at their doorstep.
Exactly.
Comes Duck trying to spawn that waffle bomb. They saved it for now. They saved it for now. But OJ is just popping off on the Black Pudding Cookie.
So we're supposed to do
14 eliminations for OJ. Unstoppable. Just playing point, hunting down the back line, making sure
together. Oh, sorry. No.
That Cherry Cookie doesn't get too much DPS down, and finally is being forced to back off. With a little bit of an advantage, Duck is going to push the equation and force Team OJ to back way off. But now we're into overtime.
Wow.
And now our blue team, Team Corey, cannot leave this turtle, not for 1 second.
No, we're also done here. Jimbo pretty low, but here comes OJ, fresh off the bench, coming in to seal the deal. Duck doing such a great job at staying on point. That turtle is tossing them cannon shells, getting some damage on the opponent's castle. And now it looks like Team Corey, they've woken up. They're staying on point. They're playing objective.
Nice pick from Corey there to pick up OJ. They still have control of the turtle. It's back to mid, but the total damage on the castle is all that matters, folks. It's 36 to 40%. It's going to drop another 4% now. It is tied up out of nowhere in overtime. Now the turtle's got to go back the other way, and now the overtime is on the Team OJ. This couldn't get any closer.
But here's the moment.
They got the damage.
Oh my God.
Tries to dive, but no.
Sold.
What a battle in the final moments. Team OJ pull it out.
Now
that got sweaty though. I'm not gonna lie. It was lopsided for a good amount of that game, but that final push, it looked pretty good. I was actually thinking they might be able to pull it off. They might be able to pull it off with the strawberry crepe cookie from Duck, and then the cherry bomb cookie tossing out that damage. But OJ, if we had like an MVP here tonight, OJ on the Black Pudding Cookie, what was the final elimination count? Was it like 15? I mean, it was up there.
It was 15 or 16 total eliminations, I think, for the Black Pudding Cookie. OJ just was doing a really good job of what we talked about in the first round. You have to dive the backline. You have to take down Cherry Cookie so you can take down a majority of their DPS, and then your team kind of clean up the rest. Doing a fantastic job of that. But almost we saw the craziest comeback, at least today.
Yeah, almost the
for
craziest
Team
comeback.
Corey. Here's a quick look back on those replays and how it all went down. It was in complete control from Team OJ at the very beginning.
Of course,
yeah, I think OJ was rocking the after image flash as well, which you throw down that alt, and then you see all those little swords dancing over there as well. Those little swords also deal some damage, so it sections off like a good portion of the turtle, right? So you kind of force the funnel into a particular area for a brief moment right there. But hey, Team Corey, I give them respect though. They were coming back. They were coming back there.
I know that.
Yeah, that was some real heart. Okay, I don't know if I've seen the turtle get that close. I mean, it needed to move maybe a second longer, I would say, and they make it to the end of that yellow zone at the very end, and then the game's over. It was that close. Team Corey had heart. They were able to spawn back in. They were able to move through the backside with their tank, the Madeline Cookie. So, yeah, that was a very close game at the end of it. But Team OJ pulled it out with a ton of eliminations on OJ.
Yeah, it's not like they got mocked, right? So, just looking at it from their perspective, like, yeah, you lost, but at the same time, you had a good run at the end, right? So you kind of know you got it in you, essentially. And I think that momentum is going to play a key role heading into the straight up PvP 3v3 battle that we're coming up with next here as well for Team Corey.
Okay.
Yeah, Smash Fight will be very fun. We'll be doing the exact same rotation we did in the past. So Smash Fight will be our second round. If Team OJ win that, and of course we won't be going to a game 3. So I kind of cook him. I'll put you on spot again. OJ Black
OJ.
Pudding Cookie, it's very obvious he likes some skill expression,
Yep.
but he can't use Black Pudding Cookie again. So where does he
Who's
go
he
from
using?
here?
Yeah,
Who do you
exactly.
think
That's exactly what I was saying
likes to
when he
play?
was hitting those crazy
100%.
flips
I'm
back there.
thinking a cream soda cookie. Both these cookies kind of have very similar play styles,
Exactly.
in my opinion.
Ice poppin'
Cream soda being
That is
the
a
newest
really,
addition
really
to
crazy
come out
pick
recently
right
in the last update here.
Why do you use ice
and
pop
you know,
icons
she's
in
all
gingerbread,
about
though?
just getting that wave
that's
power
annoying.
going. So I'm thinking OJ might be coming in clutch with the cream soda cookie here.
Yes.
Game number 2.
I think it's a really good read. Totally
Cream
very
soda
similar kits in some ways
over
with the
black
combo and the
pudding
auto attacks. I
is
like that
literally
call out a
perfect.
lot. But you can
I
see
don't
our
see the
3
rule.
different cookies that are
What's
locked
going to- I
for
don't
Team
see anything
OJ.
bad about
3 they
that.
just
That's
won
perfect.
with will
But
not be
who will
used in
replace
this
licorice?
next rep.
If-
So watch out, of course, for Black
For example,
Pudding
if Jumbo
and Licorice Cookie.
played-
Won't be seeing them in this
played
round
Licorice
or
really
even in
well
round 3 if we do get there.
and
But
literally
likely we'll be
gave
seeing those
Black
cookies
Pudding
later on with
an
a different
August
team.
opening. Then
Yeah, and you
then I
know
can
what?
only
For me,
imagine
the
what he
best
could do
counter to like
with ice
a
pop.
black pudding cookie
And
is
open up, like,
somebody who
literally
can shoot.
any
You know what I'm saying?
possibility
So blueberry
with-
pie cookie.
Yeah.
You know, you just
for
kind of keep
cream
backing
soda.
up and
Basically,
keeping that
OJ.
black pudding
Yeah.
cookie
So-
at bay. A blue
and for
slushy
Tank,
cookie might be
he could switch
good.
back to
I
not
think
a lot for
a
Tank if
rye
he still wants to
cookie,
keep it
another
like
one
that.
who
Or
has some pretty
gingerbread.
solid
But
damage
this
output.
next game mode
And
is
the
Smash
whole,
Fight,
you know,
I think,
goal of that
right?
is just using your range
Yeah,
to
it's
not
Smash
allow that
Fight.
black pudding
So,
to connect.
okay, so
But we're in game
we
number
got
2.
OJ as Red Velvet.
All right. We're
Pardon?
seeing our first
Okay,
look at
bring the
Red
enemy to
Velvet
you.
Cookie,
Bring the
I
enemy to the
believe,
team.
here on the side of
There
Team
ain't no way
OJ.
you missed that and hit the
So,
wall.
a good
That is
read
so
of the
sad,
same
bro.
play style,
Okay,
just a
you
little bit of a
carry,
different
you cannot
choice.
sell right now.
Yeah, Red Velvet,
We
it's
got
all about
Corey,
pulling. You got to
kinda
hit them
selling.
pulls. And you hit that pull, you can have Jimbo on the cherry bomb
Okay,
cookie,
so,
toss some
first of all,
bombs. And you know,
why
you're pretty much going to be
Tiger Lily?
you're going to be eliminated at
What?
that point. Corey's going to be looking for a pick in the back line. Here comes Corey coming in
Okay,
clutch with
Corey.
the ultimate, the spin to win
You're
here.
doing really well.
Corey
Oh,
doing so much damage. Looks like
okay.
they're on the right track here.
Corey's
Game number
doing
2 here,
pretty
Coach.
crazy stuff
Yeah,
over
nice
here.
combo there from the side of Team Corey. And this is what the name of the game
okay.
is here in Smash
OJ
Fight.
did
Oh, nice
really,
pull from OJ,
really
though. Speaking of the
good
name of the game,
movement
it's all about
over
the
there.
pulls.
He did
OJ
exactly what he
able to
was
get
supposed to
one.
do.
It
Okay,
looks
he
like
did
Team
a
8
stunt.
OJ is really
Dude,
looking
let's
for
go.
picks. And look at a
That's so
second
smart.
over the top
Jimbo
from
and
Jimbo
OJ did really
with the
good
cherry
right there.
cookie. Nice combo to answer back, but I was
Okay.
going to say, Smash
Right,
Fight,
okay.
it's all about the combos.
Oh,
That's
yes,
all
you're
about
playing
the
Red
pulls
Velvet right.
still.
Good
Holy
job, good
cow.
job. You're playing
Yeah, if
Red
they get
Velvet
pulled,
right.
it's a GG. You know, you got OJ on the Red Velvet. You get the pull, and then you
have
got
the wall over there.
Spriggles
You
on
can
the
hide behind the
espresso.
wall.
He's got the
that
flash
is so
roast,
smart.
and he's got
You
the
just wasted
caffeine
Peter's
shot.
ult right there.
It's a lot
Let's
of it's a
go.
lot of
OJ,
AOE
bro.
coming out from
Do not
Spriggles.
sell.
So it comes
my
down
God,
to
they
just
insta-kill
OJ
right there.
getting them grabs here, Coach.
Okay, espresso
Yeah, I totally agree.
checking
Spriggles,
bushes.
espresso cookie. Fantastic choice to combo up. This
Espresso
team has
right now
been
doesn't
cooking
want
up
them
some
in the
combos,
shred
man.
Yeah.
They have been in the lab, as we
What are
say.
you gonna do?
Oh, another pull on the top side as
That's
Corey's
sad.
going to try to
That's so
jump
sad.
in
Unless
onto the
this
from the
guy has to
bottom
kill
side
right there.
potentially. Come around for the flank through the bushes.
Yeah, good
We
espresso.
do
That's really
see
good.
Team OJ
Check the
now
corners.
wildly up in our overall score.
Espresso aimed exactly between
Corey's
the
deep,
two shrubs of
deep
the
on
corner
the opponent's
to
side right
check
now, looking for a
both
pick, but
areas
it's
to see if
tough
they're hiding
it's tough to dive in
Peach, selling
unless
right
they're
now?
somewhat
Yeah,
low.
now you're gonna
right?
run,
so
right?
Corey's whole
Just
play
complete
style
waste of your ult.
on the peach cookie,
melon
you
soda.
need your
You're
you
bad.
need your teammates
No,
to be
you're
putting
bad.
some
You're not playing
constant
melon soda.
damage.
You're never going
Like
to
right
win
now
this.
would be a good opportunity for Corey to dive in
Yep.
with the ult, but
Oh,
Corey
use
was
a
already
special.
eliminated
Use a special.
beforehand, right? So
No,
Yeah.
OJ. You can
one
use your
more
special
kill.
anytime.
Yep.
A duck,
You don't want them
unfortunately,
to
I think
attack
just burned
you
that
while you're
ultimate a little
attacking
too
them,
early
'cause Red
without the
Velvet
team
has a
backup.
really,
Got a
really
decent amount of
useless
damage down, but there was
replacement.
nobody else to come clean it up. So didn't get really any value
Yeah.
out of it. Team
Team
OJ
OJ
looking
just-
like the clear
oh,
victor
no.
in this
Team OJ
round,
is
which will
gonna
push
win
them
easily
into
over
the
here.
second
You're
round
gonna have enhanced
of our
attack. but you
bracket
guys are
into the
gonna lose, okay?
semifinals.
There's
for
the pull.
stage one.
Yeah.
There's the pull.
GG.
There's the
There it
potential
is.
pick, and there's the
GG's.
cleanup. Team OJ.
Team
2 up,
OJ,
2 down. The
instant
second, a lot
victory.
easier than the first.
GG's,
Too
y'all.
easy. And we talked about this a little bit in the pre-show, like different team
OJ's playing
comps.
really
You
well
gotta
right
watch
now.
out for
He learned from his
Red Velvet
mistake last
Cookie
year.
because you get pulled, you're done. You know, you
guys
are
actually
done.
won't
And
go
we saw
wanna know
right there
that
the
clip. You
pull,
don't
I
even
think
wanna watch
on,
that
what was
clip.
that?
OJ, like, absolutely selling.
White
That was
Lily
New York,
Cookie.
yeah.
Yeah. So squishy too, by the way. And it only takes like the one tap dirt nap right there. So So Team OJ coming out strong here in their first round of the night. Definitely a team here, Coach, that everybody in the competition needs to watch for. I mean, that right there just proves it.
No, I agree.
It's their
That
second
felt like a
game
team
within their
effort,
first
a very
matchup.
cohesive
That's what I
team.
would
They've been
say.
talking, they were strategizing, they were in voice chat together. Like, that is a full 3-person roster that executed well their game plan.
Okay,
However,
they
I'm
also have
still
voice
giving the
chat with
hero
each other.
award to
Okay.
OJ in both
No
reps.
wonder
Just
why-
perfect
okay,
skill
makes sense.
expression
Of
on
course,
both of
makes
our
sense.
different cookies. First black
Makes
pudding
sense.
cookie, be able to use the skill expression to dive the back line and make sure you pick up all the DPS from Cherry Cookie and the opposition. And then
That
when
is-
Cherry
oh
Cookie was
my
on your
God, they
side,
picked such a
how do we
broken
pull
comp right
people
there.
in so that we just
You
AoE
can play
them down
espresso
and pick up all the
any time
eliminations
of
we
the
need
day.
in Smash Fight?
And
Very well
espresso
done
will
from
always
that
be
team.
Yeah, and you can tell
That's the
Team
kind of
OJ,
cookie
they've been
espresso is.
practicing. You know,
Best
they've been doing some
sure-
scripts. You can
best
tell,
cookie
you know,
to
their
check for
team
shrubs.
comms are on point because you need team comms. OJ right there is probably like, I'm pulling this cookie, you know, White Lily cookie or,
Yep.
I mean, Tiger Lily cookie. Got
Bro,
the
you
pull,
actually
and
said
everybody
White
was
Lily
already
cookie. You're
locked in.
capping,
Their
bro.
moves were already kind of stick bomb, just, you know, preemptive, ready to go, ready to get
Little
that
mic cut
damage
over there.
going. So I think the team comms, OJ, they demonstrated it right there. And team comms and a team game goes, you know that. Super scary, especially up against teams that are kind of like all over the place
Yeah.
with muddy comms. So
just like-
Team OJ,
I'm really
I don't
interested
know,
in
dude. I
what
know we got
kind
other
of
squads to
application
watch
they
here
give
tonight,
them,
but
though. It
I don't
doesn't
know.
look
If I
like
had to
they
pick a
can
team winning
moderate
that
what-
10K,
exactly
they're
what they're
looking
doing.
pretty good right now.
Looking
Because they're
good in
literally
round one. Everything could
not
change.
in
Who
Korea.
knows?
Like, they
Semifinals
didn't
could look a
gather-
lot
they didn't
different,
all
but I
gather
will
up
say
in
they
one
looked
place.
very, very clean.
So I'm
Totally
really
agree.
interested
I've
on
always
how
said
this is going to
chemistry
go.
can win you games. We'll see if chemistry can win them a tournament, folks. This is a content creator tourney. These teams were all thrown together not too long ago, so I don't know how long they've been practicing, but they're looking like they're already
not
in
too
final
long
form.
ago.
Let's take a look at
So
that
they've
bracket
actually
and see where all of our teams are
prepared
at.
for
Of course,
this.
we're going to be watching
they actually
all of the
prepared for this.
matchups, so we know where we're at. Team
OJ
OJ has moved on to the
wins against
semifinals,
Team
and they're
Corey.
going to be going up against Team Connor here in a little while. But before we resolve this side of the bracket, we move to the
I wonder what they
opposite
mean
side.
by
Team
Wild Royale,
Crying
because
Man
would it be
versus Team
duos Wild
Bobby
Royale or
to kick
trios?
things off next.
They
I'm
could
excited to
introduce
see
a
what
new
these
game
teams
mode for
bring
this
for us,
tournament
because
specifically
we've seen the same
before it
maps
even
and modes. We're
launches in
keeping this
Pro.
kind of competitive
That'll
integrity
be
with
really interesting.
matching the
If
maps and modes
was
across
actually
the board for our first
triple
round of matches.
or
We've seen
trio
different strategies
Wild
now
Royale.
in our first 2 different rounds.
So
for
now,
round
is it
1.
going to be Team
Yeah,
Crying
and going
Team
over
Bobby
there
and then
to
Team
Team
Rage
Bobby,
and then
I
Ash?
believe
Or are
Bobby
we
is going to be
see
the
who's gonna win
IGL
between
from
Team
what
Ray
I was
and Team
told
OJ?
here. And then you got Ashlyn. First
Hopefully
of
it's
all,
gonna
shout
be
out
Team Ray
to
and OJ. They wanna
Ashlyn.
finish
Recently hitting
like,
100K
the Eastern
subs
Conference
on
side and the
YouTube.
Western,
Huge
something like
moment
that.
right there.
They wanna finish the left side
But she was
first.
telling me her favorite cookies are strawberry crepe cookie because of the waffle bot, of course. And then the second favorite is cherry bomb cookie. So we've been
There you
seeing
go.
both those cookies here played a lot tonight. Pretty solid picks as well here, Goach.
Pretty solid picks.
Cherry
We'll
cookies are
be
really good.
seeing if they pick their comfort picks in round 1 or maybe save them for round 2 with that winning round lock character component that we've got in the bag. But as the players get ready, and I'm sure they're still discussing their strategies as we move into Castle Crashers here in a moment and the other half of our bracket, we're going to take a very short break here in the booth. While we do,
Okay,
sit
so there's going
back,
to be a
relax,
break,
grab some
actually.
popcorn. We'll be right back with Cookie Run Ovensmash Creator Crumble.
This gun
like
teaches
we have a
manners
break right
just
now.
fine.
4-minute break. So
Time
what
to
are we
give
going
them
to
a
have here? Team Crying versus Team Bobby. Okay, so I think while we wait for this is going to be like 5 minutes long or something, right? So that's literally enough for one Oven Smash game for ourselves. Let's open Oven Smash for ourselves and actually go ahead and play one game. Oh, it's actually 8 minutes left until ranked opens up for me. No. It's okay though. It's okay. It's actually okay though. I don't mind. When I play Oven Smash right now, let me turn up the volume. Wait, hold up. There we go. Okay, now, yeah, 6 minutes. No, literally when the break ends. Okay, let's go into some Coin Rush. That's my favorite game mode. And let's grind a bit with cream soda. I think that's going to be good enough. While we wait for the break to end up. One game, and I think that's enough. One game.
My skills didn't come overnight.
If the lobbies are slow, we might actually play the other version, the two corners 2.0. We might actually do that instead. And yes, I actually will make a video on the new costume gun. Maybe, hopefully I will. Or maybe not. I don't know. The costumes are so dope though. Yeah, we're up against bots, and we have some crazy. This is a crazy team
Let's
comp over
battle
here.
fair and
So
square.
let's see how this is gonna go.
You're so sweet.
Oh no, 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 no. Oh, Melon Soda had full ammo there, that's why I lost. Okay.
All right. Fresh triple kill.
Not focusing on the objective, I see.
Pick up the speed.
Let's get rid of Chili Pepper. No, 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 you're not. A little juke over there. Juke session. Let's actually collect the coins for once. They're way out of objective right now.
Double kill.
Did it? Oh my god, a kill. Oh my god, I did a double kill. Let's
Stowed
go.
away.
I thought that was a triple though. Wouldn't that be a triple? Yeah, I knew. Let's pick this up. Let's see what cards. Move speed. This is gonna be a really good one. We got move speed. Let's see how this goes. There we go.
Double kill.
Let's grind this quickly. Boom, boom, boom. Pick this up as much as possible. And there we go. If we get a third game in the tourney... Oh, I want to take those eliminations quickly. We're on a break right now, and the tournament is actually going to continue like 4 minutes. And we actually finished our first game of Ovensmash really quickly. So we might actually do one more.
I'm training to become the best swords cookie.
We got 200 crystals. Now we finally hit 2,000, right? 10,000 crystals right there. And also a soul high big unroll. Let's go. We got Battle Box Fever. So can you actually predict who's gonna win over here? No, you cannot. Oh, that would have been cool if they did that just like the Korean one. Okay then. 10 draw, 5 draw. Let's go 1. At least it's 1. Okay, I mean. Okay, and we got. Oh, what do we get? Oh, we got a soldier remote box. I have 3 of these. Oh my god, I can use so much of this. And I have crazy amounts of currency over here, as you can see. So I'm ready for my next video, actually. We're going to be playing one more game over here. Let's play the new Coin Rush. The newer Coin Rush. Cream Soda is one of my favorite kits in the entire game right now.
I'm lucky to have
But which
my
ult do I
friends
have on
rooting
her?
for me.
No, I don't need that ult. I need this ult. Boom, there we go. That's a perfect ult to use. We don't want to push our enemies away too much unless we're playing a game of like drop the beat.
My skills didn't come
So
over
this
at night.
is going to be a decent game mode. This is going to be a decent game mode.
I'm lucky to have my friends rooting for me.
3 out of 6, 3 out of 6. Let's get this over with quickly. I don't want to miss the next game.
Got a question for me?
I can actually do something crazy with my tablet over here.
Got a
I can like
question
play
for me?
Ovensmash on this side and also open up the creator tournament.
Time to get.
Let's talk a little bit
So
about
she's-
Crying.
actually-
Crying Man. Team
Yeah,
Crying
okay.
Man. Who else do they got on their
Ooh,
roster?
we got
They
Team
got Carbon
Crying
Finn. They got
Man.
Royal. What do
They're
you think
going to
about
go
this team?
crazy
Yeah,
right now.
remember in the
I can
pre-show
actually
we were
play on
talking
this little
about
screen. I'm actually
Carbon
online. I
Finn,
can
kind of
literally do this. This is a
sharing
crazy
some
tablet, I
tips
swear.
and tricks, a tier list with everybody here
weird?
tonight. And
Guess it
some
works.
people are okay. Hey,
Are
what
we
a nice
against
guy.
real
Other
players?
people are like,
Looks
hey,
like
don't
this
trust,
is to
don't
have a
trust,
king
homie.
sword.
You know, it's 10K. There's 10K on the line here.
10K
But all
on the line,
jokes aside, like Crying Man, one of the funniest content creators. You
Yeah,
know,
really funny.
his
in my
content is so funny. So
You are
looking
not
forward to
Yo,
kind of
no,
seeing
you're not doing
where
that.
this
You're not
team,
doing that.
who they
No, no,
pick
no,
here.
no. You guys should
when it
real
comes to
players.
cookies wise.
First kill.
No, I agree. I've had a chance
we're
to cast over some
actually
gameplay before with Carbon Finn. Great guy, so I don't think he was trying to mislead anybody, but you never know. Let's look at their opposition, though. Team
No, no,
Tourney,
no.
gonna be on your screen.
Okay.
And again, some heavy hitters in the content creation space. You were hyping up
Why
this
is she
roster. What do you
selling
think?
right now?
Yeah, we
got
got
Bobby,
Ashlyn looking
Ashlyn,
to
and
clutch it
another
out with the cherry
esports
bomb,
gamer.
the
So it
strawberry
looks like he
crate
has some
cookie, and
experience
then
in
of course
esports.
Bobby. Hopefully you bring in that pro esports player mentality here
Ooh,
tonight,
Shashimi.
and we'll be
Got-
also IGLing.
it's good
So
message.
hopefully that experience can kind of play a role here tonight in the competitive aspect.
Let's
Yep, totally agree. Both of these rosters star-studded. The question is, who's going to come out on top at the bracket stage? We're just getting started in this competition, but the bracket stage means that if you were able to win round 1 and then round 2 in the semifinals and then win the finals as well, which could be one of these rosters, you could skip stage 2 altogether. You could skip Wild Royale and just move straight to that.
Ooh, it's okay, it's okay. I don't have any of the coins though.
This is a big
wait, we actually lost,
teams
bro.
to get their feet wet in a competition of this scale. And like you said, IGLs on each of these rosters. We're talking kind of a creator-based format, but it's a sweaty, also esports style tournament as well. So a little bit of both goes a long way in competitions like this. And I'm excited to jump into the gameplay. It sounds like it's about to start.
No, let's go.
Yeah,
I held it for a bit.
Because there's
I
money
held it long
on the line.
enough.
There's $10,000, and only one team is walking away with this
carry
cash money. So yeah, it's all for fun. Yeah, it's a creator tournament, but we're looking to lock in here, coach.
No,
Let's get
GG's,
into
we
it.
lost this
Same
one.
maps and modes as per the
So,
usual. Castle crashes to
okay,
start.
so
You
looks
gotta
like we
push the turtle, and
okay, we have
already
Team
it's gonna be
Bobby and
pushed
Team
towards
Klein,
blue
man.
at least a little
see if we're
bit.
actually able to
Both teams
play
doing a good job of
well over
spacing
here.
out and making sure they don't overcommit to a play. Cryingman tries to go for the dive on the back line and gets punished for it as Stewart has to back off a little bit, getting pushed back by Carbon Finn, but putting the pressure on as it looks like Team Bobby take the early lead.
That's so
Yeah,
good,
the strawberry
okay?
crepe
That's so
cookie. He's
calm,
got the health. He's got the reach when it comes
Yep.
to that point.
Instant
Looks like
kill
the
right
dark
there.
choke.
Nice.
Taken out right there, coach.
You have to wait for your teammates
Yeah, it's
to
a
come
nice
up. Everyone.
cherry
You have to,
bomb
like,
ult over the
stay behind
top.
the turtle.
From Cherry Bomb Cookie and Bobby just making sure
Team
that
Bobby might actually
our
carry
Waffle
over
Bot
here.
doesn't do any extra damage.
But they're not going to
Space it
get
out,
any
zone them
far
off,
if they
and
keep
boom,
eliminating
take another
them
one down.
one
So
by
far,
one.
in
You have to
complete
eliminate
control
them
here,
all
Team
in
Bobby.
one swoop.
Yeah, Bobby's doing a great job too on the blue slushy, just staying in the back lines and just getting that poke damage going with those arrows.
Bro, Cryingman must have the most deaths so
It's
far.
like team.
That's crazy.
Oh no, I was gonna say Team Cryingman had a chance, but
Not
for
sure
a moment
Blue
over the
got that
top,
kill
yet
quickly.
again, another Cherry Bomb. Another
Ooh,
ult.
Bobby has his ult
And
ready.
Carbon Finn is just
Yeah,
being
and
zoned off this
instantly
point.
uses it.
Strawberry Crepe
And,
Cookie can
oh
be
my God, Cryingman
extremely
is selling
useful
like wild over
in a
here,
map mode like this, but just
focusing
cannot
on
get the value right now. Can't keep
instant,
the health above half.
pushes.
Yeah, and Dark Choco
He's
just
pushing
keeps diving
it
in
too
pretty
much.
much alone
You
too,
know, they're
just
like,
getting 3v1'd.
They're not even following the objective.
Out of
This
range
is crazy.
Royal from the blue slushy cookie. So Cryingman needs to tame it down a little bit and wait for his squad mates to pull up and be able to support him while he's diving deep.
I don't know. Okay, they got the circle good, so they're distracted.
Finally
The
getting
Waffle
some value
Bot
on the
did
point.
was
Cryingman
good enough.
still trying to dive
And
backline
Cryingman,
all
bro, just
alone
leave.
with a little bit of
Crib
help
gives
from
you a
Royal
chance.
this
Just
time.
leave.
Extremely
You got
weak
61
Cryingman on
health. Oh my
61
God.
HP in a dream. Running away from the
They're
Waffle
getting their
Bot.
eliminations like
With a little
crazy.
bit of
Oh
help
my God, they're
from
gonna
Carbon
pick it
Finn,
up.
they're able to
They're
take
gonna
it down,
pick
but in the
them up.
meantime,
Oh my
what's
God, they're
happened?
picking them up.
Team Bobby, complete
They're gonna pick
control
them up,
over
bro.
the turtle. Gonna continue to
That
push
was
this
clean.
towards the opposition castle.
And
Yeah, and
the
honestly,
Cryingman is dead already.
Strawberry
That is so
Crepe
sad,
Cookie,
bro.
the
So sad.
moveset, the special move, the Crepe Crash, it
They
pushes
are
opponents
cooked.
back, and that's pretty much
Yeah.
what we
Wow.
kept seeing right
So,
there from the Dark
I don't know what
Choco.
happened to
Is
Cryingman,
Dark
but
Choco would
Team
dive, but then the
Bobby
Crepe Cookie
is
would kind of
now
push them back, not allowing
by
them
one.
to get that damage output. So
They just
a
need one
perfect
more
counter
point
right
in order
there.
to
We
win
saw
this one.
it came in clutch.
Well, Team Bobby was nearly infallible that round.
Bobby and
Barely
Ashton
lost
did
control of
really,
the
really
turtle
well.
The entire push
Really, really
to
well. They
take
actually
down the
cornered
enemy
them and
castle.
pushed them
And
to
that
their
was the
limits.
most dominant win
That
we've
was
seen
really,
thus far.
really
Our
good.
IGL doing
like
most
how,
of the work.
wait,
Carbon
who played
Cookie,
Crepe? Who
or
played
do you
Crepe?
think that was really a team effort?
Whoever played Crepe,
It was
they used
Strawberry
their
Crepe
special
Cookie.
really,
All right,
really
Strawberry
well.
Crepe Cookie right there doing most of the
They
teamwork
really
with
actually,
that
like,
knockback
pushed the
just
cookies
coming
away
in
from
clutch
the
right there, like we were
objective
talking
and
about,
tried
just
to
not
eliminate them
allowing the
outside
Dark Choco
of the
to get
turtle
that
zone.
damage
That
output
is
like we
really,
saw
really
from,
smart.
I think, our round 1 with Team Ray and
Yeah.
Team
Whoever played
Connor.
Crepe
So
played
solid
extremely
pick.
well.
I like the pick, but the Strawberry Crepe Cookie, the matchup, just too strong.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Let's take a look back on some of the replays from that one. It was a quick one, but still some highlight level plays from some of these teams.
Oh, Stewart.
And I will say Team Bobby, like you said, did a great job here at the
carried.
very beginning to establish control of the turtle
Ashton
and then push
did
the
really,
equation
really
by
good hits with
zoning them
Cherry.
off from the point.
Yeah,
Every
that was
time you
really, really
look
good.
at Team Cryingman, they were less than
Bobby
half
did
HP
most
and
of
they
the
were having to
pressuring,
back up
though.
and
That's
they
what I
couldn't
was
play
saying.
objective. And because of
That
that,
was
it was a free
really,
walk to
really
the finish
good.
line here for Team Bobby. So a nice win and a nice start.
Cryingman, I'm
Let's see
sorry,
what
but
Team
you
Cryingman
just
can
sold
do
like
on the
you
back
never
half
sold
into
before.
round number
What
2
was
as we
those
change up our
push?
mode.
What were those?
Well,
What was
Ashland's got
those like dashes
support
toward
player
that?
right there, the
Like,
cat.
why would
I
you
saw
dash
the
with
cat
that?
right there
It's like
helping
3v1.
play some games right there.
Area damage with the
and we
basic
got
is not gonna get you
Ginger
anywhere,
Brave
bro.
in the
It's not
back
that-
line,
it's
so
not that crazy.
Ashland's got all types of support coming out here tonight.
They should have had ice pop with them.
My cat is also
If they had
asleep
ice pop,
next
they
to me.
actually
Hopefully
could've
doesn't wake up.
did crazy-
may
crazy
poke
stuff.
her head onto the
They
camera
could've
here
had
in a little
crazy
while.
clips.
But Team Crying Man gonna have to go back to the drawing board here. They don't necessarily have to change up their cookie choices. Just as a quick reminder, maybe you just tuned in for the first time. If you win a round, you are not able to select those same cookies in the next game.
Okay.
So if
So
you
they
win
can
this
use
first
the
game,
exact
Castle
same
Crashers,
team
like
and try again,
their
or they
opposition
can
did,
use
Team
different
Bobby
cookies. This is
can't
going to be
use those
very
same
interesting.
cookies, any of those three, in round 2. Team Crying Man, every cookie is available. Oftentimes, cookie choices and metas and comps will shift depending on the game mode, but you've got a favorite and you just felt like you couldn't get your feet underneath you because they were, frankly, your legs were swept out underneath you from the oppressiveness of Team Bobby.
Team Bobby.
Maybe we run
Oh,
it back
Bobby did
on a couple of those cookies.
really
Hey,
well.
that cat is locked
really
in, dude. That
Oh, the
cat
gingerbread
is
plush in the
locked
back
in.
is so cute. That's a
yeah, no, I
Toa
totally agree
gingerbread.
with you right there.
Yes, Toa has
but I do
some
feel like they're
recognition
probably
for
going to
once.
swap up. You know, when we're looking at
Toa
Team
gingerbread in
Crying,
the back.
they're probably going to swap up, you know, their picks a little bit right
Yeah.
there. They have the blue slushy cookie, they have the strawberry crepe cookie. Because now we're heading
Stuart's
into
chilling,
the
bro.
PvP,
Stuart's
you
so
know, the
chilling.
straight up
So chill.
3v3 game mode here. You don't really need to play
Push the
points
team
or anything like that.
quite well.
So you just want to get that damage
Yeah.
going. You want to get that damage. And I'm surprised, Goj, and a little hurt, if I'm being honest. We haven't seen a blueberry pie cookie played at all here
know.
tonight. I'm trying to tell you, the best cookie, S tier, the best cookie in game for rank pushing. Let me know in the chat right now if you agree with me, by the way. Blueberry pie cookie.
Blueberry pie is really good. In fact, I rated her
Common Cookie
one
has
of the best
a
cookies in the
clear
game.
favorite.
Yeah,
It
you
has
are
been
right on that.
very
You're
self-evident
absolutely
throughout the course of this broadcast. Here's a quick look at the locked characters for both teams. Of course, we know the Team Bobby. Here are the 3 cookies that are locked from that last round. These are 3 cookies that they cannot choose in this next round or even round 3 if we get there. Team Crying will have their own locked cookies if we get to round 3, as they will have both won a round. But to do that, Team Crying have
So
to
far,
win
no
Smash Fight,
round
which is
threes,
where we're
so
going next. You talked about
let's
it.
see.
There's no clear objective besides just pick up those eliminations. Talk to me. What are you seeing? Are we
Blueberry
finally
pie
seeing it?
cookie! Let's go. The evil spirit. I'm telling you, the ultimate from Blueberry Pie Cookie goes across the map, essentially.
This
and
is
it
a
just
really good
mows them
team.
down.
Oh my God, Team Bobby's
not only
doing
that,
really
we can
well
see
over
the
here. That is
auto
really
attacks,
good.
that little orb. It just goes so far, and if you can connect, it does a ton of damage
Crying
here,
Man
Coach.
does black.
I love your
Okay.
excitement, and we're
They might carry
seeing
this.
Crying Man push the
And-
equation on my favorite Black Pudding
Yeah,
Cookie, trying to dive the backline yet again, this time with a different cookie, as Carbon Finn has elected to change things up and rep a similar cookie. But this time, maybe the pilot was the answer for who should be running these cookies. So far, though, your favorite's winning. Blueberry Pie
Blueberry
Cookie
Pie
in the lead here.
has to be
Yeah.
pushing
With
hard.
2 total
Stuart,
eliminations for the team.
I know I
Such
cannot
a
talk to
good
him
team
like
comp
the-
coming
like
out
honest I
right now
cannot,
from Team
like
Bobby. That
directly.
is the winning
But
team
then
comp. You got Blueberry Pie in the back line, just chunking
Stuart
them down,
has to
taking
not
in the damage,
push.
and then the 2 tanks in the front here, Coach.
Yeah,
if they're
Crying Man
focusing
yet
on
again trying to
reducing
dive the
ammo on
backline
all
without an
cookies, that's gonna be
objective.
bad. Look
Might
at
be a
that.
bit easier to back him up, especially
Bro,
when you've got
that damage is
Royal, an
awful.
Ice Pop Cookie potentially to go in for the
That is
DPS,
so sad.
especially with the ult, be able to freeze the opponents. But you're right, look how much chip damage we're getting from Blueberry Pie. And they call in
Mowing
the
them down,
spirits.
baby.
The ult comes in.
Yeah, Crying Man, you're
Mowing him down. If Bobby gets a
Crying Man,
freeze
you're
off
right.
and then Ashton just ults, I mean, that's the easy two eliminations right there.
So
Yeah, it's a
Team
great team
Bobby
comp.
is
I
gonna
totally
might
agree.
actually
Being
win
able to
this
pair
yet
up your
again,
ults.
so.
Very helpful. Crying Man yet again
There it is.
overextends. Unfortunately, perfect freeze, perfect DPS. Crying
What did I
Man
tell you
trying to
guys?
get a dive in the
Ice
back
Pop is
line.
if not
Unfortunately,
the
gets
best
punished
cookie.
for it. And yet again,
Get
calling the
rid of that
spirits
Blueberry
in.
Pie, you could
Ashland,
do it.
Blueberry Pie Cookie
Blueberry
getting
Pie is
so much
double
value
best- one of the
with that
best
ult.
cookies in the game.
Calling in the spirits, baby. Hey, we might as well just
Bobby
hand them the
Blueberry
win right
Pie,
now, man. I'm
Blueberry
telling you,
Pie-
they're
Bobby
taking this
and
one
Ashton
home with the
are
Blueberry
really-
Pie.
are
There
really
goes
Look at that
Bobby.
freeze.
There goes
Ice
Bobby
Pop
with
and
the
Blueberry Pie
beautiful
is an
freeze.
insane combo.
A perfect setup from Bobby. Bobby was able to call in that freeze
That's perfect
after
game.
actually the auto
That's so
attack came in from
clean.
Blueberry Pie Cookie. But because of the
another one.
slow roll of that
that was
damage,
perfect.
lined him up and got so much value.
Stuart, nah.
Yeah. The
Okay.
problem is, Crying Man can't
Okay,
get in the
how
back.
Crying
You know,
Man
they're
picks
doing
this
such
up.
a good
Okay,
job at
good
protecting
ult, good
Ashland.
ult. And yeah, Frequent still generates more HP.
Freeze over the top,
Nice.
Crying Man. Unfortunately, low yet again.
Bobby's
and
not
gets
gonna
knocked
die.
out of the park by
I'm
the
telling
Ice
you
Pop
guys, I
Cookies.
know
And
Ice
it's
Pop.
a
I know
battle of
how
the
Ice
Ice
Pop
Pop
works. Bobby's
Cookies.
not gonna die.
And yet again, it goes to
did
Team
not.
Bobby 2 away.
GG.
Ice Pop versus Ice Pop. And let him
They know,
1v1
they
each other. You know what I'm saying? But
and
it's Stewart
yeah, that was complete
on the
bait. and
fruit
Blueberry
punch
Pie
getting chunked
sprays
down
them like
pretty low
crazy.
right here, trying to get
Ice
that
Pop-
heal up real
Ice
quick.
Pop is gonna...
Red wins in 1. They just need one of these two in the perfect
Oh
freeze
my
to clean
God.
them up. Team Bobby a
Team
clean
Bobby.
sweep and a clean
W
2-0.
W team.
There it is, and we haven't
I
really
might be for
touched
Team
on it,
Bobby,
but right
actually.
there, Fruit Punch Cookie,
They are playing
rocking
so
one
well
of the
with the right
passives, and there's a lot of debate
So
about like what's the best passive, but had the increased recovery. So pretty much when you're out of combat, you gain your health
Increased
back
recovery.
50%
That's really-
faster
that's-
right
if
there.
not
We
the-
saw
one of
that
the best
kind of
passives
play
in
a
the game.
role right there on that Fruit Punch
For any
Cookie. Pulled out the fight because it didn't work out the first time, got their health back, and then dived right back in to get that win there.
Ooh,
So
nice spot,
beautiful.
that was
Listen, I know I was kind of on the Team OJ bandwagon after last game, but Team Bobby,
Exactly.
this
Ooh,
team's
Team Bobby
looking
actually
mighty
so
nice
cooked
here,
so
Coach.
hard.
I think it's old.
Yeah,
You're only
Fruit Punch
cheering
is
them
the
on
crazy thing.
because they
Yeah,
ran
exactly.
blueberry pie cookie. I
He's
know it's the
actually
truth, but you're right.
The
It
worst
works.
cookies to
And
use,
listen, your
especially with his
strategy seemed to
damage
be
and
working. A
eliminating
great
him,
call out there on
is
Fruit
really
Punch Cookie, by the way.
nothing,
I think
really.
certainly that
Yeah,
is
he
the passive
can
to
be
choose when it
good,
comes to Smash
but
Fight,
not the
just
best
because you
cookie to
can
pick,
back out
especially
and you're
in
not
Smash
punished for
Fight,
backing
since
out of the
he's
fight.
really
Be able to
tanky.
heal back up and get back
And
into it.
he
So
doesn't deal that
like
much
that a lot.
damage,
But
so,
overall, I agree with you.
if
Team
you want
Bobby,
the enemies
it's
to
got to be
focus
Team
on you,
Bobby
get a free
maybe
elimination,
versus
and yeah.
Team OJ in the
And you're not gonna
finals.
do that
Is
much
that what
damage
we're
anyway,
calling?
so
I mean,
it's
we
really
got one more
pretty
match before we even get to the semifinals. We got a lot of work to do. But
Another
let's take a
replay.
quick look back on why
Yeah,
Team
they've been
Bobby
hitting
was
clip
so
after clip. That is
dominant
crazy.
in round 2.
It was just too good. I mean, this has to be like the best team
Bobby
comp
hit a
we've seen
really,
here all
really
night.
good
The
clip
ice
back
pop
there.
cookie.
He literally
you got the fruit
eliminated
punch cookie
another
and then the
ice
blueberry
pop.
pie cookie.
Wow,
So
that
pretty much
was
Bobby and
perfect.
Stewart, their main
That was
objective, just keep blueberry pie alive, honestly, and let blueberry
Yeah.
pie cookie from the back just keep chunking them down.
Totally.
And I feel
Basically,
like that's exactly what they did. And Carbon
Rarity
Fin,
really
Royal,
doesn't
Prime Man, they
define how
couldn't
meta
touch
cookie
the
is,
blueberry
but
pie
basically how
cookie in the
hard they
back
have to
line.
play. Team
Yeah, I
Drake
agree.
and
Did a
Team
really
Ash.
good job of
I
spacing
forgot
there on
who-
Blueberry
who's
Pie
on those-
Cookie, and
who's
because
on
of
that
that,
team?
Team
But
Bobby
we
has
have
moved
Hyrule
on into
Legends,
the
finally.
semifinals, folks. Team
Either
Crime
one of
goes
those
down.
teams.
You will
We have
see them
Hyrule
in
Legends.
stage 2
So far,
with the likes
based on
of Team
performance
Corey
and
and Team
team
Ray, who have all
combinations or
lost
cookie
their first round
combinations,
matchups.
Team
This
Bobby
is a
just cooked.
single
Like, no
elimination
other team-
bracket. So Team
But
Bobby's
actually,
still in it, still
Team
hunting
OJ
for
picked a
potentially
really good
the
comp
win
first
here
game.
in our bracket
Second game
stage
is
to
not the
jump
best comp,
past
but they
stage
still
2 and go
got away
straight to
with
the
it.
grand finals. But before we
Team
get to our
Bobby
semifinals,
does
we got
not.
one more first
Team
round
Bobby just
matchup.
cooked.
Team
Straight up
Drage
cooked.
versus Team Ash.
questions.
I'm excited to get into this one because it's the same maps and modes. Could be some of the same comps, could be different. Only time
So
will
far,
tell.
everything is
Only
exact
time
same.
will tell. Team Ash, though, I know I was gassing up Hyrule Legend, the
Oh,
Cookie
so okay,
Run
Hyrule's on
Kingdom.
Team Ash.
The
So,
go-to guy. The
yeah,
knowledge.
that's
The guy's
going
got
to
all the
be really
knowledge. But we got Drecht coming in here for Team Ash here, and Drecht, I'll talk about him after this because Drecht, though.
Okay,
Ooh,
I never
boy.
heard of Drage or Surtag
Boy,
before.
Goat.
But again, I'm
We'll
just
get
going
to
to
it
be
in a little
assuming
bit,
that
but we
they're
got
we'll-
well source content
We'll talk
creators,
about
like
him in a second.
99%
Dredge
of them.
on screen, Sir
got
Tag and
Hyrule
Hyrule Legend. I'm
Ooh,
excited to
this
watch
might be a
this
tough
roster.
one.
What do you know about these guys? I've had a chance to work with, cast over, talk with in person Sir Tag 1,000 times. And there's one thing about Sir Tag that needs to be made very clear. Extremely competitive. I'll put it that way.
Yeah.
Sir Tag wants to win no matter what game, no matter what type of competition. Is it creator? Is it for fun? Is there money on the line? And folks, we got money on the line, so Sir Tag's going to be going hard.
Yeah, Sir Tag, Sweaty,
who's not
Dredge,
going hard
I
with
believe
his
plays
money
for
on the line?
Navi
Like,
too, right?
honestly.
So you got that high-level comp play experience, which will play a factor here, and then you got Hyrule Legend with all of the Cookie Run Kingdom knowledge. I mean, this guy's the encyclopedia
First of all,
right here. He knows the ins and outs of
Common
every
cookie.
single
You
cookie
cannot say
in
with
the
all of that
entire
Cookie Run
universe
Kingdom
here.
knowledge. That is
Coach.
not going to pass over to
Well,
this
let's
game
take a look at their
whatsoever
competition. You were
at all.
hyping them up as
You
well.
cannot just say that like you're
So
gonna
let's look at them. Team
pass by it
Ash.
so
Who do you
quickly.
think's taking it?
We
Does
got
this roster
Ash,
look
bro.
like
We
it can
got Duke,
handle
bro, and we got Break
the
T.
damage of their
Yeah.
opposition?
Yeah, so first
I'm
off,
so
kind
surprised.
of cheering for Duncan because
Break
he
T's such a
told me he's
small
trying to
cookie
save up for a
YouTuber.
trip to
I
Tokyo.
have
So
no
I want to
idea
see,
how they
my
got
dude
here,
go out there to
but not
Tokyo.
even Chero,
But
not even
Drecht,
Hyperheim.
I know we're
Not
talking
even-
about Cookie Run
bro.
Kingdom, but my dude
Not
is, I'm
even,
telling you,
who is
Coach,
it?
ranked number 1 in the competitive
forgot her name. I
scene.
forgot her name.
Ranked number 1 from
They
Cookie
even
Run
got
Kingdom.
those Cookie Run,
So you
content
already
creators who
know
have,
my
like,
dude is
almost,
locked in here
what,
tonight.
More than
All right,
150,000
you're
subscribers. That
getting
is
me hyped for
crazy.
this matchup.
But
I
I'm
think this
actually
could be
really
one of the
grateful that
best
Drake's
matchups.
been
We
a
could
part
see
of
our
this.
first game 3 potentially in the first round with these two rosters. They both are star-studded. They both got fantastic content creators in the universe here
Yeah,
with
yeah.
Cookie Run. I don't know. This could go either way. Do you have
What
a
do you mean,
favorite of the
with
two? Do
Cooker
you think
Day?
it's
What do you
going to
mean
be Team
Day with
Ash?
Cookie Run?
Well,
Okay,
you know, I
now
think both Direct and Hyrule, they're both going to use their Cookie Run knowledge. You know, I played a couple Ovensmash games with them too in the past. I think they're going to use that, kind of share that knowledge with their teammates, and it is going to be a close one. And like you said, I think this could be the first game where we don't get a 2-0 right out the gate here. So we're going to see a lot of back and forth, I'm thinking here. Because I already know Direct, I was reading the chat, he was telling everybody like who's the meta, who to pick, what team comps to go with, really setting his team up for success beforehand. So you love to see here, Coach.
I respect that. I've got a lot of faith in Hyrule Legend, though. So let's see what these teams can do, folks. We're about to jump into this matchup. And as a reminder, it's the same maps and modes. It's the same thing that we've been doing. It's going to start with Castle Crasher, and then we're going to be moving into Smash Fight right after. Let's see who can push the turtle better in the first round so the players get their comps ready. Let's jump into it in just a moment. I have a feeling we know what some of our favorites, some of those S tier, if you will, cookies out there that we may see, but every comp has been different thus far, which is one of the most exciting parts of this competition. And I think as we get into the best of 7 later, and you start seeing more and more cookies get pulled off the board, that's where things get really interesting. You might see some of those, well, non-S rank and maybe even CD rank cookies come into play because they work best with the comp of what we have left.
Yeah, and honestly, this might be the first time we see a latte cookie come into play, because latte cookie, especially for Castle Crashers, super underrated. Because homie could fly up in the air and not take any damage, but also stay on the point here, Coach.
Espresso's latte. That is so
great call. Here we go. Comps looking clean, and an early start for Hyrule Legend. Full health on the point.
Hyrule did licorice.
Moving.
Good job, Hyrule.
Looks like we got licorice on Hyrule. Looks like we got the black pudding cookie on Dredge, and then the fruit punch cookie on Surtag. That's going to be the blue side here, holding down the point. Then the opposite side, we got the Dunkin', but the Ice Pop, Direct with the melon soda, and then an espresso on Ash here. Coach.
Okay, like they're like going in, like right directly to the castle. What
and very early lead Surtag fruit punch.
All
potentially open things up whenever their opponents roll in. I will say for Duncan and Direct and Ash, they are trying to work together as a team. They're not trickling into our turtle point.
He's so good, I'm telling you.
Not trying to overextend, but a nice over the top from Dredge, who's able to pick up the ultimate, a ton of damage, and the cleanup. And Dredge, Black Pudding cleans up the objective and should push this nearly all the way to the finish line.
Yeah, and Licorice Cookie's little minions could be such a nuisance. I mean, we saw right there pretty much, what was it, Duncan trying to 1v1 the little minion right there. It's just time consuming. You gotta take him out.
Surtag gonna start things off, getting up close and personal. The Bruiser Fruit Punch gets a ton of value down, but doesn't pick up any eliminations. And so finally, we're seeing Team Ash some nice value here and start chipping away at the opposition's castle and start pushing this back to Central.
Yeah, looks like Ash also picked up a card here too, so we'll have to see how they utilize that one here. Duncan trying to get the heals from the Melon Soda, but Melon Soda knocked out of here, Coach.
Yeah, support down early has a ton of ramifications for this roster. They can't engage properly. Now they're trickling in, especially if Ash goes down. Luckily, or skillfully rather, Ash was able to back away, restabilize, and try to play with the team. Ice Pop Cookie going to go in first. Duncan trying to get that damage down on Tag. Tag gets a little bit of a shield, but with the top does not connect, and Direct falls. Tag stays alive with 2 down. What a hit from Tag. Hyrule Legend still on the point. Very well executed from Team Dredge.
Yeah, Tag almost getting the triple right there at the end, and it all started with Tag kind of sidestepping Duncan's ultimate, not getting frozen right there.
At this point. That's crazy.
A nice call. And still an ebb and flow, but look how much damage has been done to Red's castle. Team Ash in quite a bit of trouble. They need to stay on this point as long as they can. Gonna throw down the heals from Melon Soda. Because of that, Surtag is getting engaged. This time, instead of going for the support, just gonna go for the other two. He can't out-heal Tag, not with the help of his teammates. Hyrule Legend on point, throwing down the extra damage and backing everybody off of it. 12% and counting. Our blue team, Team Dredge, nice and clean. An easy win. Time is out. Castle is down.
Yeah.
Wow.
That was
Yeah,
tough.
Team
And
J,
honestly, shout out to
crazy
Hyrule Legends Licorice Servants right there. I mean, we saw
yeah,
little
Hyrule
dudes
played the
rising
right
from the
cookie.
ground.
Hyrule
They have like
played
3,000
the right
HP, and they just pretty much hunt down the closest opponent and just keep smacking them.
But the wrong
So
thing
some of these
was trying
players,
to
you know, you
deal
can be
damage
locked
with
in on taking the fight
Licorice
up
Basic.
against
That
your
was-
opponent
that was
and
bad.
kind of tunnel vision in a sense, but then you're still getting smacked in the back by a little tiny licorice servant.
Yeah.
You know, kind of
1,000
chipping away at you. The
damage
next thing
per
you know,
attack. I know, it's
the dude
crazy.
takes you out right there. So licorice cookie, a great cookie to try to kind of get that zone control.
Yeah, I think technically labeled as a controller in game, and definitely zoning off in an objective-based game mode like Castle Crasher. A perfect execution there from Licorice Cookie to help zone off the entire objective and also the area around the objective, pushing the opponents back, and then we're able to dive into the backline and pick up those eliminations. So complete control there for Licorice Cookie and their team. I'm excited to see what Team Drage can do in round 2. Will they pick up a 2-0 like the rest of the bracket? Here's a quick look back at some of the replays and why it works so effectively with Sir Tag leading the charge on the front side.
Yeah, and you know, I got to give it to Drek, you know, on the melon soda cookie, really doing his best to get them heals going, right? To try to keep the team nice and healthy. Right here, prime example, you know, staying on point, but Sir Tag kind of just going for those eliminations, and the fruit punch cookie with that shield because of the ultimate. You know, just a little too much to handle there for solo dolo melon soda.
Yeah, no, it's a good call out. It felt like Melon Soda was doing everything that they could. It just couldn't get enough DPS down to make all of those heals worth it. It felt like Ice Pop Cookie needed to get maybe a couple more ults to connect effectively. The one thing about Castle Crasher that is worth noting, if you haven't played a ton of it, is that turtle will block a ton of damage. So a lot of your auto attacks will not go through our turtle, which means you do have to make sure you line up your skill shots and your auto attacks effectively.
Pie is one of the best
or unfortunately, you'll be wasting a lot of cooldowns.
Yeah, so we're looking at Team Dredge. They can kind of pick the same cookies again, right? So Hyrule, we might see them going with that licorice, possibly. Did a really good job there. Actually, no, they won, so they can't go on it, right? Yeah. Hyrule can't play the licorice.
Yeah. Team
That's taken out.
Licorice is out. Sir Tag will not be able to play Fruit Punch Cookie either.
That's good.
So definitely have to change the cookies, but may keep the same play style as we go into Smash Fight. Because as a reminder, you know, I really think the main thing with Smash Fight that is worth remembering is that it comes down to the comp. It comes down to those ultimate pair-ups, and that's how you really win usually. And whether you're going Red Velvet Cookie and just trying to pull somebody in and get a pick, or if you're trying to play front to back,
there he is.
Usually it's the comps.
Yeah, it's definitely the comps here. Okay, and then also they can't play Black Pudding Cookie as well. Yep. So we haven't seen a cream soda cookie here tonight. I don't recall. One of the newest cookies to be released here. Kind of like we were talking about during the OJ Terror. I'm going to say pretty similar play styles, right? When it comes to Black Pudding Cookie and cream soda cookies. So for all those Black Pudding Cookie players, you know, I have to go like that's the second pick cookie in my opinion.
Yeah, I wonder if it's because Cream Soda Cookie was the most recent ad. People just aren't quite as comfortable on that cookie compared to the rest of the options out there. Maybe a little bit deeper in the bag for some of these teams. Maybe in best of 7, we'll see
that is just good enough
Cream Soda Cookie come out. I don't know.
Oh, you're gonna have to. You know, you're gonna have to, depending on how much back and forth it goes. I mean, you're gonna be digging deep into the cookie pool at that point, right? So we might even see like a jerky cookie come into play. There's a lot of cookies, surprisingly enough, that we still haven't even seen. We haven't seen my big homie Gingerbread coming out here tonight. But we'll have to get to it. Put a pin in it because we got Drek on Blueberry Pie Cookie right now, Goach.
All right, Blueberry Pie Cookie is back, and we're still seeing some Ice Pop Cookie in play as Dredge goes down first to the side of Ash. Again, Team Ash have to win this round if they want to keep their dreams alive in the bracket stage. And I want to see a game 3, so I'm cheering on Team Ash.
Yeah, Team Ash is all about the poke. It's all about putting in that damage and trying to make sure to take out Dredge on the Ice Pop Cookie and not to allow Dredge to get up close and personal within the freeze range, essentially. Because if you get frozen, you're going to get taken out. So Team Ash, they got a lot of range here, Goach.
Yeah, a ton of poke,
Really
which is
good
actually
dodging over
great
there
against a player like Dredge, who's trying to get up close and personal with Ice Pop Cookie. Look at him. Ice Pop Cookie diving in and able to swing one away. Blueberry Pie goes down, and with all this pressure, Team Ash is going to have to back up aggressively. They don't lose too many lives in this engagement. A nice pick there from Tag and the team.
Oh, Drex with the long wombo combo on the Blueberry Pie Cookie ultimate here. Hyrule Legend versus Drex, middle lane. Looks like they're both going to be pulling off.
That's really good.
A lead now for Team Dredge, only by 1 though. And Dredge is getting aggressive. Here comes the push. Sir Tag trying to follow it up. The Blue Slushy Cookie's ultimate, and it connects for a ton of damage and over the top. Hyrule Legend. The cherry bombs come across and pick up another elimination.
Oh, how can you use that?
Continue to maintain their lead and only need 4 more.
Yeah,
Ice Pop
Cherry
is
Bomb
double
Cookie Hyrule is rocking one of the best skins in the game, in my opinion, too. So much personality, but just getting them fadeaways from downtown. Drake kind of out of position here, Coach.
Oh my God, Blue Sushi goes in.
Well, Sir Tag goes in for the dive and picks up a couple trades, and now it's 3-2. Hyrule Legend and team are okay with that. And it looks like Dredge is actually able to get the card as well, so we'll see what item they're able to play. This could be the difference maker. Technically only need 2 in this next engagement, and Ash and Duncan are low enough. Likely to see Ice Pop. There it is. Dredge pushes the equation, gets 1, doesn't get the second, but only needs 1 more to close this thing out, and Tag is trying to finish the job.
Oh, there's the cherry bomb trying to get that damage on the board. Yeah, looks like they just lost track of Dredge from downtown. Was able to get in, get that freeze going, and pretty much turn the tides here, Coach.
1 more eliminations for the blue team. They cannot
1-2, 1 bad team fight. Team Ash still have a chance here. Everybody now slowing it down. The pace of play comes to a screeching halt until Dredge opens things up with a freeze.
Oh my God! Oh my God, that's crazy.
Elimination game. Ice Pop Cookie does a lot of things right, a lot of damage, but the perfectly timed ultimate allows the team to follow up the damage, and Team Dredge pick up the win. We will not be seeing that is it. We will not be seeing a game 3. They actually went back to back.
No matter how low they are, if they're
Hyrule Legend, Dredge, Sir Tag, they gave it their all. You know what? And it looked pretty good, Coach. It looked pretty good. And one cookie that keeps popping on almost all of our radars every single game is Ice Pop Cookie.
Yeah, exactly.
My dude is so versatile. We saw the gap close with the icy slide, and then the ultimate, of course, we saw with the freezing strike or the freezing swing. I mean, one of the best cookies in the game here, Coach.
No, exactly right. And as we take a look back on those replays, this is why we talked about comps, right? This is why we talked about what copies your team using. Which cookies are you using that could pair up well together? And Ice Pop Cookie makes things so easy because as long as you get that freeze off, everything can follow up. You burn all of your cooldowns to make sure you can follow up on that freeze. When they're stunned like that, you can drop so much damage from a cookie like Cherry Bomb Cookie to be able to pick up that elimination. That final one comes through, and you can see the frustration from Team Ash as they barely miss out on forcing a game 3.
Yeah, that was probably like our closest game when it comes to the 3v3 game mode right there, honestly, all night long. But I mean, hey, these dudes, they're not gone yet. They still got that last chance Wild Royale coming in clutch. But so far tonight here, at least in the first rounds, every single match go just been a 2-0.
I know. I'm surprised. I thought we were going to see some more game 3s in our first round matchups, but maybe we'll see it in the second round, folks. We're moving into the semi-finals. It's going to be Team Connor versus Team OJ here on the left side of our bracket, and then on the right, it's going to be Team Bobby versus Team Dredge. And I don't know if I have a favorite. I know we both like Team Bobby and Team OJ. Maybe we'll be seeing those teams in the finals. Team Dredge is looking really good.
Yeah, Team Dredge, especially after their last game with Hyrule on the cherry bomb from downtown, really getting that damage going. Not only that, like the skills coming out for the Ice Pop with the gap closer and then the freeze right there. You know, they're definitely warmed up here, Coach. So I think that's like my third favorite pick. I kind of forgot Team Connor and their juice. So maybe I kind of forgot. You know, they got overshadowed in my opinion, but that was so long ago that they had a nice opportunity to kind of like watch the competition almost, and maybe come up with like a draft up against Team OJ, because you already know OJ, he's playing Black Pudding Cookie without a doubt. You know, that's just a fact here.
That's right. That's exactly right. Well, before we get into those matches, folks, we've got some exciting news. We've got a lot of things to talk about today with some potential reveals later in the broadcast, but also some giveaways, folks. We've got a giveaway for you to enter. You've got a chance to win a DJ Mia plushie.
Oh my God,
Go get your hands on your DJ Mia plushie, potentially by clicking this QR code. Again, you can screenshot it if you're on mobile. Bang, there you go.
Boom.
I'm smiling with the thumbs up. And you can click that QR code to go enter into our giveaway. It'll take you over to a different link. You can enter in. It's very easy. It'll take you like 60 seconds or less. Enter in to potentially win a DJ Mia plushie. It'll be sent out to you. So excited for you. These plushies are very cute. You can see an image of them
and actually
right
pretty
below
limited
me there. Go check out that link and see how to enter. It is very, very easy. Click a couple things, sign up, and boom, there you go. You've got a chance to win a DJ Mia plushie. And hopefully you're a winner for us, and I'll be paying attention to it after the broadcast to see who won. But you'll be contacted via email or however you sign up inside of that link, and so it won't be hearing from us here on the broadcast of who wins. But I hope you do. So thanks for tuning in, folks.
Reveals.
We're going to take a very short break here in the booth. While we do, again, sit back a little bit, get some water. Things have been quite sweaty around here, and I'm excited to get into the semifinals where it's only going to get hotter. So don't miss out. We'll be right back in just a moment.
Okay, we got our second break, so we got another 5-minute break, I think. And we got time to we have 3 minutes for our break. So meanwhile, what will be interesting is
all hero stories are the same. They come, they win, everyone's happy, the end. And the audience still buys this rubbish. Makes me want to say, seriously? I am the beginning and the end. I was, I am, and therefore I will be. This is not some mere revenge. Oh, it's so much more. The perfect narrative. And you know me. Who am I if not a cool playwright?
What a curious development. Looks like it's finally time to stretch this dough.
Behold! The curtain is about to rise! Noble heroes, revered elementals, ancient monsters of all kinds, and the ever so busy witches. Please take your seats. Rejoice, for you are to experience a brand new vision of the world.
Well, well, the clock of fate has started ticking. Let's see what it has in store, shall we? The Arcana of truth and deceit. Wish to see a dimensional rift? Cookie Run Kingdom.
That took too long.
My convictions will not falter.
Okay, we're almost gonna. Oh, Licorice!
Lead.
Instantly blew. I spot my in blue sushi.
That skill, you were never going to win. Breaking through.
Oh, I was about to pick a different pass and take a recovery instead.
I'll cut you down to nothing.
Literally a blue pass. Drop the beat. Oh, okay, this is
Not bad.
Perfect for an ice
Almost fun. Meat Boulevard will be safe under my blade.
Alright, back then.
Cookie Run, Ovensmash.
Where do you want to take a hit?
Red team seized the stage.
Coffee is a magical substance. Any counter-arguments? Be sure it's worth wasting a busy cookie's time. If you want bitterness, I'll oblige. Do not interrupt me again.
Bro, you got literally straight up this.
Witness the pinnacle of coffee magic.
Ice pop ults. This whole thing was everything.
Drawn in by the aroma, were you?
Dear Lord,
Everything proceeds according to plan. Let's move. Satisfactory. Cookie Run Oven Smash.
Team Connor versus Team Who? Oh, Team OJ, Team
Got
OJ.
the crowd roaring. You're taking over the stage.
Objective.
Enemy double kill.
One more try.
Okay, my first death of the game. That's crazy. We got replays over here. Even though they're never gonna win.
Not good for that.
Let's go ahead.
Double kill.
Welcome back to Cookie Run Ovensmash creator Crumble Goach and Common Cookie here to call all the action. We have finished our first round of our bracket stage. We're moving into the semi-finals. Common Cookie, what do you think about round one? I think round two is about to get started very quickly.
All right, what I think OJ on Black Pudding Cookie.
Get out.
So, you know what I'm saying, Team Connor, you need to come up with something. You need an answer because you need to shut down the Black Pudding Cookie
100 to
ASAP.
50.
I know. We know exactly what's going to be happening from the OJ side. Let's take a
victory.
look
Let's
at
go.
Team
Ranked
Connor,
tier
though.
up.
And again,
so
remind
how
everybody this was our first matchup of the day. Team Connor won quite handedly, mostly because of Nat with a heart.
Yeah, now with the heart.
Nat with the heart coming in clutch with that cherry cookie, actually. And Nat with the heart, actually one of the players who, goes way back, played in one of the first ever Ovensmash lands in Korea. So now I recall. Okay, this is going to be a good matchup. Team Connor, this is going to be a good matchup. I was throwing some shade their way just because I kind of forgot. But it all came back to me right now, man. The smooth brain cookie, it came back, dude. And it's gonna be a good fight.
I think so too. Let's take a look at
Grinding
Team
ranked
OJ
while
and
watching
again
a
remind
ranked
everybody of why
tourney.
they were so dominant. It was all three of these
for my
players, but it was led by OJ
definitely
himself
wish
on
Combs
Black
were the
Pudding
best.
Cookie in the very first round in Castle Crasher, where, well, he picked up like 16 eliminations, I think it was. So it was some ridiculous number. It was very high, and OJ was the star player on the team with great backup from Jimbo and Spraggles. And in the second round, I think it was Red Velvet Cookie that he was repping and was pulling everybody from the bushes, and they were able to pick up the eliminations they needed to win Smash fights. So I'm liking this roster as well. I think both were talented, but I think Team Connor, they're expecting the same matchup they had in round one. They're going to be in for a rude surprise. Now, things have changed a little bit, though. Round two maps and modes are a little different. Walk me through these, Common.
Yeah. We got the Castle Crasher, so that's the one with the turtle, with the point. We got the Smash fight as well, with the little different layouts. We're going to be playing the concert hall, so there's different hardcover and points of interest and then bushes. And then if we do make it to game number 3, it is a drop the beat. And drop the beat. You just want to stay on point and hold it down, Coach.
Yeah, and I know we'll talk a little bit more about Drop the Beat if we get there. So far, we have not gotten a single game 3. So I do want to remind you, if you're just tuning in for round 2 here in the semifinals, how Castle Crasher works. You've seen it a ton. You've probably played it a ton as well. You gotta push the turtle to its destination. To push the turtle, you just gotta be in that zone that's around it. Turtle to block damage for you. You can play around that. It's one of the reasons that Cherry Cookie can be so valuable. You can throw those bombs over the top. But either way you look at it, it's going to be a fun one to watch. Castle Crasher should be a blast.
Look at that. You got Ice Pop Cookie right there. Just, he's just lock and loaded, man. He's ready to go. Dude already knows he's part of the team, man. So, Cherry Cookie definitely on the side of Nat with the heart. I think both teams just going to go with the same team comps, honestly, that we saw them play in game number 1 and in game number 2. I mean, it doesn't make sense not to here, Coach.
Yeah, no, I agree. Let's take a quick look at it. Break it down for me as we hop straight onto the point and this turtle begins to move.
Yeah, we got OJ right back on to the Black Pudding Cookie. So BD Legend trying to take him out, Coach.
He's getting extremely aggressive, and this time it looks like OJ is going to get punished for it. BD Legend is low enough they're able to get the trade, and now Spraggles and Jimbo have won the point, and they're going to force Team Connor to play way back, and they're going to give a ton of damage right now. And they throw the Cherry Cookie ult down to try to get enough damage onto Jimbo to where Fruit Punch Cookie can't find a ton of value for the backline, but he's going to follow OJ in. They could see a decent amount of value here if OJ can win this fight against Connor.
Beautiful pick right there, playing the Bacon Roll Cookie, I believe a direct counter to Black Pudding Cookie with the knock-up. So really trying to use that bruiser, use that extra health to their advantage here on the side of Team Connor.
Yeah, good shout. Haven't seen Bacon Roll Cookie on main yet. OJ is able to get Bacon Roll Cookie, but unfortunately gets traded out by BD Legend. But Spraggles and Jimbo have done a great job finding a lot of value on the point, 84 to 72%, as Nat with a heart continues to be a terror from distance, comes in with the cherry cookie, and then gets cut down.
You saw that little servant right there? That's what I'm talking about, man. Licorice's little homies. They do damage, man. You can't sleep on those dudes. I mean, you ignore them because you're focused on the opponent, but they're just smacking you in the back, taking out your health slowly.
Yeah, Spraggles is kind of the unsung hero of this team. So much chip damage as the support and the controller that is Licorice Cookie. Spraggles able to stay alive, running away, desperately running away from Connor on Bacon Roll Cookie, and OJ has picked up the double kill. This is the OJ we know and love. First to 5 eliminations already for his team. Not quite as dominant as last time, but look at a lot similar. Holy cow, they've got so much value.
Nice ult right there from OJ, pretty much chunking Nat with heart and BD down to 50% HP.
Oh my god, Team OJ
Bang,
won.
and that'll do it, folks. Team OJ, they were only stopped for a moment, and they run it back, and you can see the excitement on Jimbo's face. He knows they've got something special.
Hey, I saw right there at the end, somebody threw out the BM emoji with the sad face, man, at the end. I saw that, but they're getting it going, man. They're getting it going. I do appreciate the pick, though, for the bacon roll at the end. I understand, because bacon roll, you got the bacon slam. And it pretty much knocks the opponent up in the air. So if you can like knock up the black pudding cookie, you're taking them out the game essentially for a couple seconds to get some damage on the board. So I did like that. And then you also have the special, which is Let's Keep Playing. That's what it's called. And it gives Bacon Roll a nice little shield and does some damage as well. So I like the pick. I like the pick, and I get it. And I appreciate that they're trying to pull out other cookies here tonight to try to like counteract their opponent's favorite comfort picks here, Coach.
Yeah, they had plenty of time to VOD review. I wonder if they did. Unfortunately, it didn't work out for them, but I like the idea. It felt like the Bacon Roll Cookie could get the knockup, but couldn't find enough follow-up damage to take down OJ fast enough. And in the meantime, while they were all fighting, that turtle was moving, all right?
Yeah,
Those
exactly,
castles were falling. So let's take a look back at some of those replays and break it all down.
Solely.
Common Cookie, it was Team OJ to start, and of course they finished correctly. There was some jockeying and back and forth in the middle. See BD Legend taking down OJ. But Spraggles and Jimbo just basically never left the point.
Yeah, and we talked about it, the Licorice Cookie, the little servants. I mean, the unsung heroes out there just constantly applying pressure and doing damage right there. And like you said, staying on the points. Staying on the points. And, of course, with Castle Crasher, it's all about sticking with that turtle here, Coach.
That's right, but we're moving back to Smash Fight, folks. So now our objective is off the table, and with Smash Fight, everything changes, because now we're just looking to play, well, maybe front to back, or maybe we look for some Assassins gameplay. Maybe we'll see Chili Pepper Cookie for the first time in a Smash Fight game. Let's see. But of course, I've already kind of explained it, but if you don't know, all you got to do is just defeat your enemies, Common Cookie.
Stop.
That's the way you get your points. Just need to pick up 10 elims.
Or if you're OJ, pull them towards you and let your team just smack them down, baby. Are we going to see the red velvet? You have to assume we are, Coach. You have to.
Yeah, of course. I think OJ knows his play style. He knows his 2 to 3 to 4 potential cookies that he can play. Let's take a look at those cookies that he can't play and the entire team can't play. We just saw them, and we see that licorice off the table. Of course, black pudding off the table. And then fruit punch.
Yeah, those cookies, they did their part for Team OJ. They got game number 1 in the pocket. Now they just need to lock it in one more time. So, they're probably going to run the Red Velvet team comp because it worked. It worked for them in round number 1. They were rocking Red Velvet Cookie with Espresso Cookie and was Cherry Cookie as well. So the strat is get the pull and then just pile on that damage on top of that one cookie and just rinse and repeat.
OJ. Some excitement down there because he knows they're one step away from being in the bracket stage finals. Nat with a heart showcasing a little bit of some love to our dear friend Ginger Brave, who may not see any love in today's competition, but we'll see.
Homie just sent me an email, by the way, saying that somebody pick me. I think if we go to like a coin rush, yeah, if we go to like a coin rush, we might see a Ginger Brave because you know he could just zoom all over the place. And he's just a healing beast. So it really depends what happens. Hey, there he is. Speaking of Ginger Brave. Brother from another, there he is. So maybe in the grand finals, we might see Ginger Brave if we do get that coin rush coming in.
Looks like she's gonna pick
Ginger Brave Cookie. Look, at all the tier lists I'm seeing, Ginger Brave Cookie is not near the top, but everybody has a role. And you're right, depending on the map mode we're playing, see a little Ginger Brave Cookie. Not with the heart flexing the plushie. Maybe it'll be now with the heart that shows us what Ginger Brave Cookie can do, but... Either way you look at it, our players are getting prepared for this next matchup, Smash Fight. There's still a lot of team chemistry that goes into this mode. You have to pair up your ultimates well. You have to play off of cooldowns. So it's going to come down to communication. So far, Team OJ have had the best communication that we can see. Let's see what happens.
Same team comp that we saw from Team OJ in their first round playing here. So you got OJ on the Red Velvet, Jimbo on the Cherry Cookie, and then Spraggles on the Espresso Cookie. So they're just going with what works.
Yeah, and it looks like Connor's decided to match the same strategy. You also see a Red Velvet Cookie from both sides this time around. Cherry Cookie over the top is going to get out with the heart very weak. But still only one elimination to the side of Team OJ.
They have reduced ammo right now.
Yeah, so realistically, if you're on the side of Team Connor, looking at the cookies that wouldn't mind getting pulled, has to be Nat, you know, on that grape cookie, because you got 8,000, and then you can just spawn your waffle bot.
Yeah, okay,
nice over the top from Cherry Cookie. So get everybody weak. So Connor and Nat with the heart are going to have to run, but Cherry Cookie doesn't care if you run. Just going to throw those bombs over the top and pick up another. It is Team OJ all day. As round 2 is looking very clearly to their side and their advantage. Another nice grab on the max range of that grab from OJ, and they already able to get the cleanup. There's just so much DPS pressure. A hook or not, a grab or not, OJ is infallible at this point.
Yeah, beautiful play right there. OJ got the pull, and then the Cherry Cookie did their ultimate to section off Nat's teammates. So Nat was in a 3v1, and her squad mates couldn't close the gap because of that Cherry Bomb ult.
That was such a sad move, bro.
Unreal. That binding grip is dangerous. And so far, not a single elimination to the side of Team Connor. Another weak play, and it looks like Connor's going to go in on the Jimbo, and unfortunately can't put enough damage down and has to back off. Only 4 more eliminations needed for Team OJ. BD Legend is trying to play the flank here. OJ doesn't care about a flank. OJ's trying to engage. Gets decent damage in main, but now finally having to back off.
Ooh, bro.
Yeah, Connor needs to get a pull, and then we need the Peach Cookie just to do their ult and, you know, at least get one elimination and hopefully get that momentum going. And you need to wait for that waffle bot to come in play as well to, you know, get that extra support they needed. But it looks like Connor missed their pull there, Goj, and then got the reverse pull.
Yeah, Peach Cookie with the bow staff can be very valuable, but right now it's not seeing much of it.
Red team
haven't been able to combo effectively. Team OJ only 2 away, and they're going to engage here. Now with the heart in deep trouble. Very tanky, and OJ barely alive. Could be a chance to finally put some points on the board for Team Connor, but no! They get both Connor full sins, and that is the cleanest round 2 we've seen thus far. Team OJ with the win, and they're in the finals of the bracket stage for a chance to move straight to the grand finals of stage 3.
Yeah, OJ, the Deuce Man right there, getting it done. And yeah, they get to take a little break now, a little breather, right? And kind of watch their opponents, kind of see what their team comps are looking like. Look at OJ representing with the cake counts right there. Red Velvet, you know, we saw Red Velvet, the ultimate. Oh, whoa, relax. Red Velvet with the ultimate, you actually spawn a couple cake counts to kind of help you in the battle as well. So it is what it is.
Yeah. Hey, listen, we said that we'd likely see Team OJ in the finals here in bracket stage, and it looks like we were right. They look like they were in final form. They look like their chemistry is nearly unmatched at this point. So we got to see what happens on the other side of the bracket, though, Common Cookie. Like, who can stand up to OJ? And before we talk about the other side of the bracket, let's take a quick look back on some of those replays and see why they were so effective and literally infallible. They did not lose a single life.
Yeah, so it's safe to say, like, whoever does, you know, win this next one, one and they
perfect
verse
grab.
Team OJ in the finals,
Okay, that's good.
they're gonna run the same team comps, right? So you already kind of know
So
what they're
OJ
gonna
made
run.
a
It's just a
lucky
matter
escape,
of like being able
instant
to
elimination,
counter it
and
and
Connor
hopefully
dies
win
right
up against it
there.
and shut them down there. So obviously Spraggles and Jimbo both putting in a lot of work, but
Sorry, Team Connor, you
both
gotta
rounds
suck.
we see OJ's like the center of the
Bye-bye.
squad, you know, when it comes to the black pudding cookie in the back line, getting that damage, getting those picks, when it
Team
comes
Bobby's
to
gonna
the
win this
red
tournament.
velvet
I
cookie
actually
getting the
am so
pull. So
confident Team
if
Bobby will
whoever's
win.
versing Team
Team
OJ,
OJ is really
they got to
strong.
focus on taking
But
out
Team
OJ.
Bobby
Take
and
out
OJ are
OJ
gonna go
every single
together.
time
I
you
know
see
that.
homie, and that might be able to, you know, get the upper hand on their squad if you take out their core player.
Yeah, if you can take down the core player, I think there's a good chance. The problem is on Black Pudding Cookie, especially in Castle Crasher, like if you're focusing everything on OJ, you're not on the point. You look up and you're down like 40%, and that's what's happened the last couple rounds, whether OJ's finding a ton of eliminations or not. So I like that call out. They just got to get rid of him quick.
You gotta get rid of OJ.
especially in Castle Crasher. But we turn our eyes to the other side of the bracket. We've got Team Bobby going up against Team
won and did
Drage
well,
there
but then they
in the
didn't hit crazy
semifinals
clips
on the
that,
second
like,
half of the
absolutely
bracket. Let's talk
dominated
a
with
little
the
bit
craziest
about
conflict
Team Bobby and why they were able to win so effectively. It's a full team effort, but Bobby IGLing really made this team go far.
Yeah, the Bobby IGLN was popping off, and Ashlyn Stewart with the support in the back line. I think, you know, Team OJ obviously going to be overshadowing everybody right now just because how clean it was. But in that last round, I think you and I were both kind of on the side of like Team Bobby actually looking like the stronger team out the mix.
Yeah, I think it's certainly possible. The roster looked really clean. They were perfect through Castle Crashers. So I don't know. We'll see. But their competition are pretty heavy as well. They will swing heavy with the Ice Pop Cookie. They will do it all as Team Drage on your screen. Sir Tag playing Fruit Punch Cookie likely yet again.
Yes, sir.
I don't know. Hyrule Legend, a legend in the scene. What do you think? Do you have a prediction between these two rosters?
Yeah, so Hyrule was in the back kind of playing that licorice cookie, the controller role, and then on their game number 2, definitely clutched it out with the cherry cookie and you know, those massive cherry bombs, just constantly applying that pressure, applying that damage. And I don't even think Hyrule got eliminated in that game 2 that we saw from them that helped them qualify here, Coach. So it's gonna be a good matchup for sure.
Yeah, it'll certainly be a good matchup. As we take a quick look back at maps and modes yet again, we're going to be going back to Castle Crasher to kick things off over at Serial Ducks, and then we're moving back to Smash Fight yet again. We have yet to see a Drop the Beat, which frankly is the most surprising thing of the entire day today. I'm really excited about Drop the Beat. We'll certainly see it later. Not a single Game 3 yet. Do you think this could be the matchup?
Will this be the matchup for? I hope so, man. I hope so, because these clean sweeps, man. I'm starting to get my feels out here. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to see a clean sweep. I got to see that competition out here. You know, so this could be a good opportunity with Dredge and that pro player experience and that competitive mindset. Meanwhile, you know, Team Bobby on the opponent's side, Bobby also IGLN. This could be it. Yeah, I'm with you.
Okay, this could be it. Common Cookie agrees with Goj, and that is we are seeing a Game 3 finally, folks. I'm predicting it, okay? Drop the Beat, very fun game mode. It can be really fun to see the different comps needed to play this kind of protect the zone in the middle of the map. And we'll talk a little bit more about that if we get there. But we first got to get there for the first time. And these two teams both went 2-0 during their round 1 matchups, and here into round 2 are ready and rocking, and I'm sure we're going to see some similar comps to what they're comfortable on. If you go 2-0, yes, the maps have changed, but the modes haven't. I'm assuming the same comps here, Common Cookie.
Ooh, Hyrule's warming it up, man. You see him warming up them hands. Look at, he's already got all them plushies, by the way, and the cases behind him too. My dude is locked in. And then Ashley, we got the gingerbread, we got the cat, and we see Bobby and crew. Like, they're plotting, man. They are. You can tell they're plotting something here. So I'm curious. Maybe we'll see a new cookie come into the mix, like a peppermint cookie or a chili pepper cookie. Maybe a brie cheese cookie, or one of my favorites, a camembert. Whoa, hey, camembert cookie coming in. So there's still a couple other cookies that we haven't seen here tonight yet.
Yeah, no, it's
good at
actually a
jump
really
scaring
good
the
shout.
ambush.
And we can
Perfect.
name
We have
like
to
all of them
be
because
lucky
we've
to get
seen kind of
close
the
enough to the
same
enemy.
few cookies in the comps based on what's needed for these different games. But Drop the Beat would totally change the game. You're probably going to see some more marksman-based cookies, some of which you mentioned come into Final Form on that mode in particular. So we'll keep our eyes out there if we do make it to game 3. It does feel like the battle of the plushies, you know, is
the battle of the plushies.
the one big cute Ginger Brave cookie in the background better than a bunch of plushies way off into the back of Hyrule Legend. I don't know, but I'm loving,
Dude is
I'm
chilling,
loving
bro.
Ginger Brave.
That is
well, he's
max
just
chill.
chilling. He's chilling, waiting to be called up. Okay, we haven't seen Ginger Brave yet, so he's just
Ginger
waiting
Brave is
to
not
get
gonna be
his,
played
you
at
know,
all.
his
And if
flip
somebody
phone will
plays
pop
down
out,
and
and somebody will
replace
be
him,
like,
that's
"Hey,
gonna be a big mistake.
you want to jump in and show us what you got?" And Ginger Brave
worst
Cookie
cookies to
always
use,
says yes. So
especially-
we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see if we see some Ginger Brave Cookie later.
Maybe in
The most optimistic cookie there is, by the way. I mean, if there's a cookie with spunk and a go get 'em attitude, it is 1000% Ginger Brave. So, homies, Max chilling right there. Maybe if I know we got the Drop the Beat here, but maybe like in the grand finals, if we end up going to like a corn rush, you know, that extreme hopeful run, he gets boosted. He gets a speed boost of 70%. So he is just zooming all over the place. And then he's healing as well. So he's really a good cookie to pick up for like a coin rush where you want to get in, get the coins, and then get back to safety with your team. You know, I see it all the time here, Coach.
Yeah, it's a good shout. Definitely some different team.
I hope so.
Going to some different modes. We'll see. You gotta represent for. Technically part of your family. How does that work? Comic Cookie, is that like a family associated cousin? Okay, got it. All right, respect.
He showed me the way. He showed me the way. So much respect. You know, he showed up one day with his business suit. He was ready to go. He got his briefcase. He's like, "Hey, Comic Cookie, we need you. You know, we need you. We need more Comic Cookies out here representing." So I do what I can. And hey, we're here now, Coach. I appreciate you having me, by the way.
Yeah, man, this has been a blast already, and we're not even done with stage 1 yet. We're about to. Looks like Ashlyn's got her support player. Her cat was trying to maybe start the game. Looks like they were maybe readied up.
Hopefully, it's not too much of a
her cat
distraction,
was
though.
Like, hey, what if we hit the start button here? Looks like we're finalizing some of our comps. And listen, I know the same. My cat was getting active earlier. I don't think made it onto camera yet, but
what's your cat's name?
While. Kiri.
Ooh,
she's very sweet until she's not. Okay, much like many of these cookies, frankly. Some of them look sweet until Ice Pop Cookie swings that ice pop and knocks you into the
Keep
spot.
mentioning that.
Knocks it out, man. Knocks it out. And one thing I also do like about this game is all the different costumes and customized.
Yeah.
They can do here. But hey, we're in game, Coach.
Both teams
Here we
have the same
go.
old
All
comps.
right, I'm seeing a
Same
black
old
pudding
cookies. Let's see
cookie.
how
I'm
this
seeing
goes.
Sir Tag on fruit punch cookie. I'm seeing some licorice cookie. A lot of things looking good here for Hyrule Legend and Team Dredge.
Dredge got him. Diving in deep on the black pudding cookie,
Cherry,
doing
I'm sorry,
so
but you're
much
absolutely
damage.
used to
But
get the black
Ashlyn
pudding.
has
You're
something to
dead.
say with the
You
cherry
are
cookie,
cut.
Goj, in the back.
Yeah, watch out for the blue slushy cookie
Dredge
ult.
just eliminated.
That one does a ton of damage
battle
to
card,
finally get a
and
player
Bobby
advantage
picks
for
it
the
up.
side
Will they
of
be able
Team
to
Bobby.
clutch this one?
They're able to jump on the point
That was
for a
really good
moment.
card. Really good card. Too.
Nice over the top.
You got a
Here for
legendary
Stewart,
card,
unfortunately in trouble, as
pretty
Sir
wise.
Tag is going to
But
jump them to
don't
nice
think there's
gain the
something
advantage
to
and
go.
also zone off from the
Black pudding.
point.
Okay, black pudding
Tag
is
takes
eliminated
quite a
for
bit of
now.
damage in the
We got
advance.
only Hyrule
Got him
Legend to
cleaned
focus
up
on,
there.
which is
Nice
gonna
pickup
be
there from
pretty
Ashlyn.
annoying.
Got him. I
Hyrule
like
gotta
the blue
run out
slushy
this point.
plays
He's
coming
gonna
out
have
from Bobby right now with the
Dredge to
ultimate,
support
really
him,
applying
but
that
then he still
pressure.
just dealt some damage.
Hitting the mark, trying to keep Dredge
Ooh,
on the
really,
black
really
pudding
good ults.
cookie at
Really
bay
good
here,
ults
Coach.
for Castle Crash. But it's
Yeah, Stewart in a bit of trouble. One goes down, but the cherry bomb over the top from Cherry Cookie does connect, and Tag's having to back off. So still a chance here for Team Bobby.
Toxic emotes. You're gonna die.
This is a little more back and forth than some of the other rounds.
This is the problem.
Yeah,
You
the
cannot just
raining
go back and
arrows
forth
from
all
the blue
time.
slushy cookie does a little over 400
I will have
damage
the
for 3
card ready,
seconds,
so
or
quite
0.3
dangerous.
seconds that is. So
More black
really
pudding
be,
more over there, so nobody's
game
really
changer.
on the turtle, nobody's focused on the objective, just elimination.
Oh, Dredge able to stay alive for just a moment, then Bobby with a nice pickup. Max range auto attack.
You're literally the
Just
only one
enough
here
to put him down, but unfortunately
like more of
still
a
have a ton
solo
of
watch
value
party.
on the point here for Team Dredge.
The official live stream is on their channel. There's one ahead there.
Fruit punch
Hyrule
cookie.
Legend.
Yeah, I'm looking at Sir Tag on the fruit punch cookie, just staying on point, not really being pressured to move off there because of the black pudding cookie and the ultimate, just allowing the fruit punch cookie to have all that room to just stay on point. When Sir Tag's not on the point, you got Hyrule on the point with the licorice. So they're doing a great job at just playing the objective here, Goach.
Oh, yeah, playing the objective, and Drage, because of so much pressure on the backline, hold Team Bobby way off the objective, and we blink and we look up. This is what I was talking about. With that pressure from Black Pudding Cookie on the back line, there was nobody from Team Bobby on the point for a long time. That was a 30% margin between these two teams that's slowly starting to tick the other way, but it's not enough. It's looking like Team Drage will likely take this one.
Yeah, that's one thing Team Drage, they're doing great, is that they're like I said, prioritizing the point. You know what I'm saying? They would keep sending out one or two of their spot mates to get some eliminations, but they always had someone on the point. There it is. This
He's got to be a hero. He can't do it. Oh, so close to be able to hold it to overtime and hold it for the respawns. Team Drage, Sir Tag, Hyrule Legend. They do it again. You can see the smile on Sir Tag's face. He says, listen, I'm a competitor. We're winning. Therefore, I am happy. A nice first round victory for this squad.
Yeah, we talked about Drage, you know, the player from Navi, a pro esports player, all that competitive experience. I mean, you can really tell helping guide the squad as the in-game leader, kind of making the shots and sending out Hyrule, sending out Sir Tag out there to have a little fun, you know, get a little eliminations, but constantly just keeping somebody on the turtle to continue to push the mark. So pretty solid stuff there, right there from them. But you and I both call them. We're gonna have 1-1. We're not gonna have a sweep. This isn't gonna be a sweep. Not like this.
OJ versus Hyrule.
I need some drop the beat before we get there. Let's take a quick look back on round 1, and before we head into Smash Fight here in round 2. The replays of this one were a lot of zoning off of the point. Again, I really like this licorice cookie choice here from Team Drage. We're seeing so much value. This kind of unsung hero of the roster is a support player, a control player, controlling the battlefield and making it very difficult for Team Bobby to ever truly get on the point with even more than half HP.
And they're feeling good too. I mean, that's what matters. Hey, but Team Bobby still, you can tell high spirits. You know, they took the loss, but they still got their spirits high here as we head into the Smash Fight, the 3v3. It's just a all-out brawl, you know, straight up PvP. Winner take all right there. So you don't got to worry about pushing the turtle. You just got to worry about hitting your shots here, Goach.
Time for some Smash Fight. Gotta hit your shots, gotta hit your grabs. We'll see what our comp looks like. I don't know if you remember, I'm wondering what Sir Tag decides to play here. I know Fruit Punch Cookie is his favorite, but now that it is off the table, let's take a look at those locked characters, those locked cookies that we just talked about. Of course, we won't be seeing Black Pudding Cookie, we won't be seeing Fruit Punch Cookie, we won't be seeing Licorice Cookie. What will we be seeing? Cookie? Do you know?
Yeah, I think if we're talking about Sir Tag, you know, loving Fruit Punch Cookie, kind of being up close in your face, like that's the play style. I'm thinking Madeline Cookie could be a good one. You know, with that sword, you got the health, and you can kind of also be up in their face, you know, shaking them up here a little bit and still having some solid damage output. And also a team player too, because if you get that ultimate with the shield, you can kind of shield your squad mates as well to kind of help them push a little further. So yeah, good call out right there. Like, who is Sir Tag gonna play next?
Yeah, definitely we'll see an Ice Pop Cookie on one side or the other. I think we've seen so much value from Ice Pop Cookie. Obviously, I think most people, if they were ranking these cookies, which, hey, look, the tier rankings are all made up. Everybody has opinions, but in general, there's some nice combos, especially when you got a full team of 3, and Ice Pop Cookie is one of those. That ultimate is just too strong not to play, it feels like, especially in Smash Fight, where the only objective is to go for eliminations. It's a perfect setup for your team.
Yeah, and as long as, if you're making a tier list, Coach, and as long as you got a blueberry pie cookie at the top S tier, hey, I'll agree. You know, you're onto something. I'll agree to that tier list. But yeah, we'll probably see Hyrule. Hey, there's a cat again. We'll see Hyrule on the cherry cookie. I know Hyrule tonight's been rocking licorice cookie and cherry cookie as kind of like those comfort picks too. So looking forward to kind of seeing if we get a mix-up, though, you know, a new cookie, like a latte cookie, or I saw someone in the chat saying where's the peppermint cookie love at?
Yeah,
We haven't
exactly.
seen
That's
peppermint
really what I was thinking as
on,
well.
on the
Peppermint
board
is
yet here
not
tonight.
I'm a huge fan of
Demo's
peppermint
broken.
cookie. They are
Support
a
upgrade.
listen. They're a solid cookie choice. They have a ton of support options. You can still do some decent DPS, and that whale knockup is pretty nice for some team chemistry setups, some ultimate setups. I don't know. I'm just saying. I think peppermint cookie could be a pretty solid choice.
Yeah, and then you got the sea foam jelly that you can like kind of hold it down a little bit, and the range can go from like medium range to extra long range, and it does some pretty solid damage. Yeah, I mean versatility wise, peppermint cookie, although a common cookie, homie's got heart. You know, he's an S tier support cookie here, Coach.
Literally
S tier support.
I mean,
I think in our tier list we got to sit in the player chat that I think is just all made
I'd
up.
rather divide my
they had him in S tier.
Yeah, they had him way
By
down there. I don't know what was going on.
All of them.
But I'm a peppermint cookie stand. Just
all
like a lot
sides
of the
of the
chat
supports or
are.
something like
Hey,
that.
chat, while we have a moment, again, I'm hoping for a game 3 here in round 2.
Yep.
But while we've got a moment, type in the chat. What's your favorite cookie in game? Favorite cookie to play, whether it's solos, whether you've got a team of 3, whatever you're doing, whether you're playing with randoms or not. Favorite cookie. What's your comfort pick? If you were playing in this competition for round 1, what would you be dropping in with? Which cookie would you be going with? And while you type that into the chat, let's get into it.
Bro. You are the seller.
Yeah, we're gonna have a map 3. I guarantee it right now. It's Stewart on the fruit punch, Bobby on the ice pop cookie, and then Ashlyn on the blueberry pie cookie here, Coach.
Yeah, I'm liking Team Bobby's comp quite a bit better as well. So I like that call out. It might finally be time for game 3. Sir Tag, a Hyrule legend, and Drage. They've got a nice comp here, kind of a classic one here. Drage looking for a few pulls with Red Velvet Cookie. So far, no dice, but one setup here, and all of a sudden things can change. And actually, Drage is going to go straight into the mix and just get involved. And with that, gets traded out and doesn't find any value. Decent damage, but they can't find an elimination.
What a juke.
Sir
What a
Tag
perfect
jump away, and
juke.
finally they
Oh
get
my
the
God, that was
first.
so clean.
Yeah, Stewart right there getting a little too thirsty. I'm not gonna lie. Ashlyn was in the back line, kind of getting picked apart right there. You just gotta make sure the blueberry pie cookie stays alive and just has the room to constantly be outputting the damage right there. It's Stewart. It's your job as fruit punch cookie to guard your damage dealers in the back line.
Exactly.
Yeah, good shout. And like you called out perfectly, Hyrule legend. Cherry Cookie dropping bombs from distance, just poking and prodding, looking for an opening. Stewart prepared for it, and the grab knocks him out of the charged ability, and Stewart in deep trouble.
You can do it.
Some spirit damage over the top.
2v1.
Blueberry Pie Cookie comes in to save the day. Ashlyn, nice play.
Yeah, so if there was a cookie that doesn't care about getting pulled, it's gonna be fruit punch cookie. You know, you just pull the dude. He's got like 8,000 health, and then if you have the ult ability, yeah, exactly. So if there was a cookie that wants to get pulled, it is 100% the fruit punch.
A nice setup and great DPS there from Ashlyn to answer quickly. Hyrule legend again poking and prodding. Gotta be careful though. Here's Drage yet again trying to push the equation and get involved. Unfortunately getting punished yet again. Stewart chasing down his quarry. At about half HP decides to back up, but they're just winning every engagement. Oftentimes trading for free.
Yeah, and Stewart just needs to make sure not to overextend. I keep seeing Stewart get a little too thirsty right there, but I think right there was great because Stewart pulled back a little bit.
That was crazy range, but
Bobby gets pulled, but is able to dash away using the special, and then Ashlyn answers back as they try to dive towards Bobby and push it. All of a sudden, Blueberry Pie Cookie is showing why Common Cookie loves them so much. This is an utter domination with a great freeze. Stewart's still up and pushing. Holy cow, Team Bobby crushing it in Smash Fight.
Game 3, baby. Game 3. We're sending it to game 3, baby. Blueberry Pie Cookie on the Ashlyn all day long.
A nice grab here. Won't do much for their totals. It's just too little too late. Couldn't get anything going in Smash Fight. Team Drage finally drop a game. Team Bobby picked up their win that they desperately needed. And folks, we are headed to game 3 here in the semifinals.
Yes, we are. So the bad thing about Team Bobby playing Blueberry Pie Cookie right there is that they can't utilize Blueberry Pie on Drop the Beat. And Drop the Beat, Blueberry Pie is so strong because you can just spam the ultimate on the one point that is just dead center, and you can get 1v3 threes like nothing, like slicing some butter, you know. So the bad thing is Team Bobby, they utilize the blueberry pie cookie on their side, so we might see the blueberry pie cookie on the opponent's side here coming in next game.
Yeah, it's a good shout. Let's talk a little bit more about that strat in just a moment as we take a look back on some of the replays from that matchup. It was pretty one-sided. This time, the opposite side, Team Bobby, you called it out perfectly. Right when they came out of the gates, we saw their comp. You were like, we're going to game 3.
So sometimes you can just tell. I mean, team comps, you can just tell. I mean, you need to hit the red velvet pull, sure, but who was he pulling? Like 9 out of 10 times, you know what I'm saying? We were pulling the fruit punch cookie, and that really wasn't working out. So, yeah, wash smack right there. But, hey, we're going to get our wish, and we're going to drop the beat here, coach.
Yeah, let's take a look at it. We are headed to drop the beat next. The first time we're seeing it on main stage. I know chat was asking for it. They wanted to see drop the beat. This will be a very fun one. Let's explain a little bit about what drop the beat is if you haven't seen it before. You got to own the stage here, Common Cookie.
Yeah, so there's a stage right dead center, and pretty much you just stand on the stage, you hover in the middle, and you get the points. And you know, the team with 100 points at the end wins it. You can't contest it though if your opponents are also on the stage, so you got to be the only ones there in order to rack up the percentage bar at the top here, coach.
Yeah, back to objective-based gameplay, right? And I think, you know, thinking back to something like Castle Crasher, it's similar in some ways, except that zone doesn't move and it's much wider. That is the key factor, and that's why some of our marksmen can be extremely valuable on this mode in particular. So I'm expecting to see a blueberry pie cookie, like you had called out, for the opposite side for Team Drage.
Yeah, you're looking for at least 2 cookies that have like some good AoE too, right? So I know espresso cookies are another strong one. With the ultimate, you can kind of just plop it right there in the middle, and it does a lot of damage on the stage. And a sleeper pick, I would say, might be the latte cookie. You know, I like to see latte cookie on the turtle mode, Castle Crashers, but latte cookie pretty consistent on drop the stage because of the AoE move that the ultimate is, the warm up the latte, which is huge, by the way, and it does about 300 damage every 0.5 seconds. So looking for those cookies that got that AoE here, Goj.
Yeah, that warm cup of latte ultimate. That is, I think it's a really good call out. Could see that if the players are thinking in the same vein. They could be thinking, hey, as long as we can win our team fights, play front to back, just play on the point, we'll be able to win. But I think a lot of poking and prodding and some AoE abilities and everything changes. Could potentially see Brie Cheese Cookie maybe for the first time on main stage with some marksman abilities. If you can hit your shots, I don't know. This will be fun. I'm excited to see which comp. A lot of damage. Yeah, no question about it.
And if you just want to just be like all up in their face, this is another good game mode for Dark Choco. Just send homie in there, Dark Choco Cookie, and just spin the win, baby. I already know we're gonna see dude on the Wild Royale, one of the strongest contenders for that specific game mode. But this is another good one where he's really strong here, Coach.
Yeah, I agree. String cheese cookie, maybe just to throw some DPS down. Call it the
true. You got the turret,
if you will.
Yeah, you got the turret too. Keep that pressure going.
Yeah, making sure they're not healing for free in the back line.
They're plotting. They're plotting.
Oh, I mean, this is probably the most plotting that these teams have done because we haven't seen it on main stage yet. So all of these players, all these creators, while the other games are going on, they're watching the matches. So they're, for those that maybe haven't played quite as much, maybe are learning on the fly. And for others, it's more of like explaining why this works so well. But we're into the matchup. Not as much as maybe conversating as we thought. Break it down for me. We're seeing some of those cookies that we expected.
Here it is. You got the main stage dead center. And yeah, going back to the cookies, Hyrule Legend popping out the Brie Cheese Cookie. Oh, we got the Camembert Cookie. Sir Tag gonna be trying to lock it down. Gonna be hitting him with that one-tap punch snap here, Coach.
I like it. First time I think we've seen Camembert on main, Camembert Cookie, and Hyrule Legend unfortunately will get cut down. Nice pickup there from Bobby from the distance. We do see Black Pudding yet again on main. I like this pick from Bobby to be able to dive into the back line. This is the same idea. If you're playing around and fighting in the back line, the teammates are going to have to either come help their teammate or they're going to be playing for the objective. You can't really do both. So we see a nice combo here for the side of Team Bobby, and they pick up more value on the point. This This is extremely one-sided right now. We need to turn it around for Team Drage. We do hit the freeze, though. Decent amount of damage could push him back.
Yeah, Strawberry
Still
Crepe
Ice Pop.
Cookie,
I heard his
another
voice.
solid
I know
pick
Ice
for this
Pop is
game
in
mode
here.
because you got that
Ice Pop's
knockback,
gonna do some
that
crazy
pushback
damage.
special move, too. That you kind of knock them off that stage to not allow them to get the stage points.
Yeah, good shout.
We got Surtag with really low health.
Struggling
So
to get as much value as
attacking
we'd
with
want to
Timber not
see
even gonna be
from
an
Cam and
option.
Burt Cookie. Hyrule Legend finds good value, even
gets a
just
drop
barrel
zone.
stuffing the opponent and picking up a ton of damage, even close range. Drage is able to heal
Ashlyn
back up
tries
on
to
Ice
get
Pop
some
Cookie and then
damage
push the
done, but then,
equation.
Ice Pop kicks her
Saw a
away,
moment
so
to
I'm
get
just
quite a bit of damage down on Ashlyn.
Ooh, nice ult.
Wow.
Carry,
Oh, 2 ults in a row,
Surtag
both connect for
instantly
Team
gets
Bobby.
eliminated, and
Black
then
Pudding Cookie
Drage
into the
runs
Cherry
away.
Cookie
Literally runs
ults.
away. There's
Back
an
and
ice
forth to get
to the
more
freeze,
and
to the
more
freeze,
points onto the
only
board here.
to die
More
by
control of this stage.
Ashlyn
Drops the beat.
survives right
Still
there.
on the side of Team
Lucky.
Bobby, but it's less
And,
one-sided
she
as
doesn't
Surtag
get
pushes the equation.
Surtag
And then with the
makes
damn
her
wombo combo
72 to
right there, but then
62.
Hyrule Legend on the breach, he's had the curtain call,
64.
so
They're
you can
literally
send out
forgetting about
some
the
little
quick
shield
kills
people to
carry
kind of
over
block
there.
that damage, but
Good.
it's getting close here, Coach.
80% for
Oh,
the side
Bobby
of
with the
Team
penta.
Drage.
58.
Bobby is unstoppable. We're talking about
90.
Black Pudding Cookie all day, and that
96,
could have been the
98, and then
difference
it's gonna be 100,
maker.
bro.
Over the
Yeah,
top,
done.
Team Bobby,
They won.
they are able to
Let's
get
go.
it done in the final moments. It was one-sided for them to
Bobby is
start.
so
It went
goated,
back
bro.
and forth, and a huge resurgence by their opposition, but Team Bobby able to close it out, mostly on the back of Black
GG's.
Pudding Cookie.
Now, just like I
Black
said,
Pudding Cookie
Team Bobby
coming in
and
clutch right
OJ
there,
are
just
gonna
doing a
go
good
against each other.
job at
This is
keeping
crazy.
his opponent's squad mates just pushed off the point right there, honestly. And then the Strawberry Crepe Cookie, a control cookie with the Waffle Bot, also with the additional support and the massive HP on that meat shield right here, Goj, or that cookie shield, I guess we can say.
Store did really
close battle though,
really
close
well.
battle from both sides, and that was our
Hitting
first
clips right there,
map
and
3,
also
by the way, so that was pretty exciting.
protecting all
Yeah,
the
that was a lot of
teammates
fun.
out there, so
Honestly,
it's
that
really
was one of
good.
the faster drop the beat matches
quick.
I've seen. That was very quick. Both teams were finding a ton of kind of uncontested time on the zone and were zoning off their opposition away from it. So not a lot of like stalled out time or neutral time, if you can call it that. Both teams soaking up as much time as they could get, and that stage was occupied by somebody, and it just happened to be Bobby and Team Bobby for a little bit longer. I guess, namely, Bobby was not on the point very much, but his teammates were. There was no question about that.
So who's the better Black Pudding Cookie is the real question here. Is it Bobby or is it OJ? Because we already know we're gonna see the Black Pudding
those two are
showdown
pretty
here
crazy.
going into that next map. Let's see the
Yeah, I was
replay,
going
though.
to say, that's a great shout. We'll talk a little bit about that. Could see a mirror match, but here's a
And all
look
them want
at
low
Bobby and
health,
the
and then
replays here and
out
drop
of
the beat.
nowhere,
Because again, Bobby playing Black Pudding
does some
Cookie
crazy
was
stuff
trying to
with
play
this stuff. I keep
outside
saying
the
air
point
tag by
to
accident.
keep
But Ice
Team
Pop also
Drage
gets
from
eliminated,
playing
and Ashlyn
anywhere
does
around this
crazy.
stage and have to respond to him. Because if we
Wait.
don't, Bobby's just going to
just
clear
away
you
with
up
the
on Black
card.
Pudding Cookie. He's just diving your
And that's
backline and
how-
diving your
oh,
DPS.
that was
And that's exactly
crazy
what happened.
clutch.
Just too much time soaked up onto the point by
So,
Ashlyn
so goated.
and it's
Whoever-
Stewart.
bro.
And Team
Who used that
Bobby were
card? That
able
was
to
so
get
goated.
the victory.
There it is.
And so
Well, watching
the
the replay
age-old
right now.
question, Common Cookie: Team OJ versus Team Bobby. Who has the better?
Okay,
Black
so right
Pudding
as soon as
Cookie?
Ice Pop gets eliminated,
That's a hard one, man. That's a
You see
hard one.
that?
I mean, Bobby, like you said, was doing a great job at just keeping him off the point and allowing
Black
Stewart
Pudding.
on the Strawberry
Oh
Crepe
my
Cookie
God.
just to keep
Now
racking
we're
up
in
the
the
stage
grand
points right there. So they had
final.
a plan, and they
This is
executed
the
that plan pretty
final
nicely.
game,
But
guys.
who is the
Final
better
game.
Black Pudding Cookie? I mean, we're basing it off of that game one. I
OJ
think OJ set the record
versus
here tonight with
Team
most
Bobby.
eliminations,
Team OJ
so with
versus Team
16
Bobby.
eliminations.
This is gonna be crazy.
In one match. So OJ's cooking in the
Yeah.
kitchen right there with that one.
Team OJ were actually cooking. not gonna lie.
Definitely, the Black Pudding Cookie is a big talking point, but both of these teams have a lot to talk about in terms of what they were able to do. I will say, technically speaking, Team OJ is going into the finals of Stage 1 the favorite, just because they haven't dropped a round yet, whereas Team Bobby did lose out on Smash Fight. But everything changes going into round 3 here, our finals of group stages 1, or stage 1 rather. The winner of this next best of 3, Comic Cookie, is going straight to the grand finals, straight to stage 3. We'll be skipping all of our Wild Royale stage 2. There's so much on the line, but folks, we're gonna take a
Okay,
very
I'm
short
actually
break
kinda
while these
confused. Wait,
teams
so how's this
prepare. They've
gonna
got a
work?
lot of cooking to do to try to figure out who is playing which cookie and how they're going to play together going into the finals of stage 1. A lot on the line. You're not going to want to miss it. We'll be right back in just a moment.
Okay. Third break.
Coffee is a magical substance. Any
Another
counter
4-minute
arguments?
break. At this point,
Be sure it's
we might
worth
as well play
wasting a
another
busy
ranked
cookie's time. If you want bitterness, I'll oblige. Do not interrupt me
another
again.
ranked game while we wait for
Witness the pinnacle of coffee magic. Drawn in by the aroma, were you? Everything proceeds according to plan. Let's move. Satisfactory. Cookie Run Oven Smash.
Looks like we got some rewards ready for us. We lost last game, so we cannot keep losing at all. We cannot lose any. Ice pop, let's go! Oh my god, let's go! We're so close.
Flung this
We're
ice
level
back too many
10
times
ice
to
pop.
count.
I think we should beat this. Oh, 1,000. Oh, that attack is going to be pretty crazy. Still need some extra epic soul chips though. So really it doesn't matter who we use. The battle box. Gonna be good now. Events, more ranked stuff, more 70. Ooh, that's crazy amount of rewards. More event rewards over here. More lucky barrel rewards, and of course the vault events. Ranked is 2 hours left. The leaderboards are so sweaty right now. Holy, we already have master ones over here. Crazy. So, but let's play anyway.
Cafe Fruit Bomb's been looking out for me.
We got 2 minutes left, right? That's enough for one game. Jerky and ice pop! But Jerky did not pick his cookie. Okay. Cream soda. Easy pick. And of course the second ultimate. Just making sure. Hopefully the other team responds quickly. I'm not going to lose this game. This is a really good team. Let's go. Rocking the toxic cream soda over here.
I should always lead by example.
You might be able to assume our location. This is the Smash fight, right?
If you assume I'm all soft, you'll pay dearly.
Some of the dangerous ones. Better stick with ice pop.
So, you're the vigilante. Let's make this enemy first kill.
Why am I dodging? Oh, that was a bad one. That was a bad one. They got 2 elements.
Fresh start.
Ooh, I did some damage. I did some damage. You guys have Jerky. Jerky's open. You guys can take on Jerky. Bro, what are you doing, Ice Pop?
Welcome back to Cookie Run Oven Smash Creator Crumble Doge
Okay,
and Comic
we got
Cookie
some
here.
bro.
Follow the action as we
Blur
move
probably made a
into
comeback.
the
Oh, we're gonna lose this match
bracket
again? That's so
finals
bad,
here
bro.
with stage 1. This is it. This is for all the marbles to get to the grand finals. You get to skip stage 2 if you win this best of 3. And I gotta say,
Ooh, how did
Team
they hit that
OJ
one?
hasn't dropped a round
Yeah, we're so good.
yet. They're
Bro,
coming in the
we're
favorites
so
here,
good.
Comic Cookie.
Yep, you got OJ on that black pudding cookie, a absolute beast out here. But then we saw that last match. We have another contender when it comes to the black cookie mayhem. But yeah, OJ, Jimbo, Spraggles,
But we
this
still
team
got
pretty consistent,
eliminated.
and you nailed it on the
Okay,
head
lost, whatever.
before the break.
say
Now
that they've
we
been
got
perfect
Team
throughout the
OJ
competition and even had a really
finals.
perfect round.
Team
So this is definitely the
OJ
team that
and
maybe is the top
Team
dogs, but you
Bobby.
still have to beat your opponents. And I gotta
I'm
say,
actually- I'm
if your
really-
Team Bobby,
really- I
who's
really
their
want Bobby to win.
opposition,
They
I think
had
they've
the
been
craziest
VOD
comps ever.
reviewing. We've seen
Craziest
Team
comps.
OG a couple times.
Stewart
We were able to watch
actually
it back
was,
maybe during the
if not
break.
the
We know
best
what they
leader
were
in
able to
DPS
do.
over there.
We've seen Bobby's efficacy on
So
Black
hopefully
Pudding
he
Cookie
picks
as well
different
when it
co- a
got to
different
drop
cookie
the
and actually
beat. It's not
carries
his
with
favorite. It's not his choice number one when it comes to Castle Crasher.
Yeah, Ashlyn with the strawberry crepe cookie and the cherry cookie as well has been pretty
she only used
consistent
those two
here
cookies?
tonight.
Okay.
So
I mean, wow.
both sides, you know,
Those
they
are the
definitely
only
have
cookies
like
you
their
use. I mean, that's gonna
favorites,
be too
and then of
predictable
course
at
you know
this
Jimbo back on the
You gotta pick a
opposite
different
side with the
cookie,
fruit punch cookie.
even though you're
So
not comfortable
everybody
with
has
them
like their
at this
comfort
point.
picks. So
You have to do,
they're
like, the
going to
best
come
cookies out
into
there.
game
If you use
number
chili
one
pepper, that'll be
probably
mostly no
rocking
skill.
that, and then if forced to
But then
kind
we
of
don't know
change
how
it up
good
in the
chili
next
pepper is at
match,
this point.
maybe we'll see something new here.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe we'll try to counter pick, maybe try to place a different style to try to put Team OJ on their heels. But let's take a look at maps and modes because everything changes moving into round number 3. Walk me through this comment, Cookie.
Jelly
Still doing
Race.
Castle Crasher, Smash Fight,
Hell
and Jelly
no.
Race. but the
Jelly
maps
Race
have
is
changed
the
up.
worst game.
There it
mode.
is. So yeah, Castle Crasher, once again, you got to hold down the turtle and just walk that bad boy to the opponent's side to continue to let that cannon just chunk him down. Or
got Blueface
if, you know,
Beast,
you need to go
Smash
into
Fight, we
overtime,
got
then we'll go into
another
overtime. All right, we'll
Blueface
get there. And then the
Cafe
Smash Fight, you
Street
got
map,
the PvP,
basically
the straight
Castle
up
Crasher for first game. We
3v3
got Jelly Race.
all-out mayhem. But if we
Jelly
do
Race is
make it
the
to
worst
match
game
number
mode, bro.
3, which I
have no idea
think
how it
we
works at
will,
all.
it's the Jelly Race. So you want to get them jellies and then deposit them back to your outpost or your opponent's outpost, that is, to try to raise that flag. So that's a new twist, a new game mode that we haven't seen here tonight.
Yeah, I read that off so quickly, and I was like, wait a minute, it's Jelly Race on
Jelly
the third
Race.
on the third one. So let's see if we get to game 3 and see if we see Jelly Race for
Who's
the
gonna
first time on
survive
main
Jelly Race?
stage. Or if
Whoever
we'll have to
survives
wait
Jelly Race is a
until
true-
that
is a
best
true
of
goat.
7 in the grand finals to see Jelly Race. Now, again, Team OJ haven't lost a round yet. There's definitely a decent chance they could lose one here. Team Bobby, they had to battle their way here. They go perfect in the first round. In the second round, they do win out 2-1, but they start down 0-1. They actually lose the first rep. They lose Castle Crasher. So this is an opportunity to get a bit of revenge on a different team this time and hopefully win Castle Crasher this time around. Talking about strategies, talking about comps,
Right.
the best thing we've seen right now is having a cookie that can dive the back line, force a team to respond so that they're not around that turtle. And while you're doing that, your team is pushing that turtle and you're looking up and it's 40% ahead of your opponents. That's been the best strat so far, especially with some of the chip damage of somebody like Cherry Cookie throwing those bombs over the top.
Yeah, it's all about showing that turtle some love here, Gojin. We haven't seen a successful black pudding cookie counter implemented yet. You know, we saw, a bacon roll thrown into the mix, and I appreciate it, that knock up, that the mindset and like the ideal was there. But like you said, like we got the knockups on the black pudding cookie when OJ played it, but we didn't have the follow-up. So bacon roll doesn't do that much damage. It's very good with the utility, but lacks in the damage department and really didn't have the teammates to be able to take out OJ. We kind of theory crafted it, like how do you counter Team OJ? And it's simple, all right? It's take out OJ early. Take out OJ. That's how you counter Team OJ.
That's right. Take them out early and take them
OJ,
out
if he picks,
quickly. That's
black
the key.
pudding,
You
they are
can't
cooked.
spend too
That's
much
why, of
time
course, they
fighting
should
black pudding
actually
cookie in your
prioritize
back
black
line.
pudding.
It's the same story. You've got to play around the turtles. So we'll see some of the meta picks, the different comps. Maybe somebody will shake things up. I've been watching chat, okay, and I've been seeing a lot of love for Peppermint Cookie, okay? We need to maybe
If
see
you
a
guys do not use
support
Peppermint,
cookie
you
come
guys
into the
have an
mix
issue,
here with
really.
Peppermint Cookie joining
You guys
us.
are trying to
I
get
don't
the
know if
chat
it'll
to
be
forget that
here
Peppermint
Castle
exists.
Crashers, if it'll be Smash Fight, or
Peppermint's gonna
where it will
carry
be.
you guys
Maybe,
like never
who knows? Maybe
before,
it could be
I
Jelly
promise.
Race. I don't know, but chat's asking for some Peppermint Cookie, so we got to deliver. Somebody's got to pick Peppermint Cookie.
Bro, maybe we'll throw in a bonus game mode. I'm going to send a letter to the CEOs that we need just all out Peppermint Cookie versus Peppermint Cookie madness. Winner take all, secret game mode right here. But, everyone's just a Peppermint Cookie, for the people, of course, Coach. For the people.
That'd be so many whales. I am here for it. I am all about it. Team OJ on the top, gonna be in blue. Team Bobby down at the bottom in red. OJ's jamming, ready to rock and roll, as we are. And Jimbo and Spraggles have been the OBJ Fiends. They've been playing that objective so well on the backline for Team OJ, so I assume it's going to be the exact same strat.
I'm curious. OJ hasn't won or lost the match yet. So Red Velvet and Black Pudding Cookie, those are the two picks. Say we do go to a game 3. What is that third pick for OJ? Who is it? Maybe it is Peppermint.
That's true. How deep is his bag?
No,
we will see. Starting it out here with Castle Crasher. Let's get involved. Jimbo going to be playing. Looks like Fruit Punch Cookie this time around, as OJ has gone back to the tried and true classic and Spraggles on Licorice Cookie.
Yeah, 2 Licorice Cookies, 2 Fruit Punch Cookies. The only difference is going to be Bobby and OJ when it comes to the Ice Pop Cookie and the Black Pudding Cookie.
No way, that delays that.
And Bobby actually strikes first there. Ice Pop Cookie, maybe not the perfect counter, but can certainly meet the DPS of Black Pudding Cookie. Especially can freeze that backline push and help take down OJ faster, which is, I think, what they're looking for. Nice dodge out of the way of OJ's ult that does not connect. Bobby doing a fantastic job of spacing and still playing around this point, so this doesn't get too far ahead of them.
Bobby might have unlocked the Da Vinci Code out here. Yeah, you see OJ coming at you, you smack him down with the Ice Pop, and you freeze him down, and you take him out right there. And I think we're looking at Team OJ. They already caught on to that, so they're sending Fruit Punch up to try to take out Bobby.
In the meantime, this is much closer than usual, but still, OJ and Spraggles have been playing perfectly on this point to maintain a lead now 16%.
Oh my god, that's a double
OJ getting back into the mix, and Jimbo trying to buy them some time, gets everybody weak for OJ to hopefully come in and clean him up. Stewart, no, and the freeze from Bobby. It connects with the extra shield, able to stay alive, and Spraggles able to get one pick from a distance as he backs off. But still, nice value this time from Team Bobby.
That was crazy. Yeah, the shield from the Fruit Punch and the freeze from the Ice Pop Cookie just shutting down Bobby right there. And you got Spraggles in the backline with utility and the Tombstone. But it's all about staying on point for Spraggles. So let's see what Jimbo and OJ can do here and take out their backline.
They're just taking these fights away from the objective so that Spraggles can just slowly but surely tick away on this turtle and keep it pushing in the opponent's direction. OJ now getting really aggressive, gonna try to take down Stewart, but that's Fruit Punch Cookie. It's very difficult to take down, and OJ in a bit of trouble, so you have to try to back off as Spraggles also quite low. Stewart's diving deep right now, but that's what they need to do. Picking him up, Bobby in trouble as Jimbo all alone on the point, trying to beat a hero to just slow things down and keep their lead.
Stewart is just popping off right now. Finally, OJ able to take him out after respawning. But yeah, I mean, we're looking at Team Bobby. They're doing a great job here, Goj, just shutting down OJ and not giving OJ that room to take him out here with the ultimates.
Yeah, they were able to take down some of that margin. It's only about a 12% spread right now, still on the side of Team OJ. Even though this turtle has moved back this direction, it's still a nice lead in terms of damage on the castle. Jimbo in a bit of trouble. Bobby able to swing him down, and because of that, with a little bit of help from some of those little minions from that Tombstone, we've still got a nice position for Team Bobby. If they can keep Stewart alive, just barely, a slow comes in just in the nick of time, and Bobby comes in to save the day. The problem is we're losing time on the objective. All of these fights have been so clean from Team Bobby, but we are just getting outplayed around the turtle.
Team player right there for Bobby, man. Bobby said, that's my Fruit Punch Cookie. You ain't taking him out right there. 1 HP. But finally, Stewart is going to be knocked back to base on the respawn. Ashlyn popping back here on the Licorice Cookie. But we're in overtime here, Coach.
And we got a long way to go still for Team Bobby. So we're running out of room for error. Ashton playing the front here. Jimbo gets frozen. Nice pickup from Bobby to pick up a 2-piece. This is going to get a ton of value. Swinging back the direction from Team Bobby towards Team OJ's castle. This is the momentum they needed. It's about to change hands. The lead's about to swing back to Team Bobby, which means Team OJ is going to have to jump onto the point to get into overtime. That's exactly what OJ does. Pushing the equation. Finds Ashton on the back line. Should pick up one, maybe a second. Could be an opportunity, but no, Bobby hits the perfect time. The cooldowns come through flawlessly.
Oh my god.
Oh, Spraggles, the lasso alive with 200 health to keep this game in overtime right there. But Bobby with the clutch ice popsicle combo taking out OJ. I mean, that kept this thing going here, Coach.
3v2 though should go to the side of Team Bobby if they're able to execute their combos effectively. Jimbo though picks up Stewart. Fruit Punch goes up, but it is no, it goes to who? Does it go to Bobby?
Oh my god,
They win it
just
in
clutch it
overtime, did
overtime.
Team Bobby clutch it
Oh
up?
my God, they did
Even
the
they're
biggest
surprised,
clutch
man.
of the game.
Overtime
Oh my
on
God.
Castle
Let's go.
Crasher, man.
Team
It
Bobby
is
might
it
actually
is
win
tough. It is tough. Stewart, Ashlyn, and Bobby. The Bobby counter pick with the ice pop cookie.
Bobby.
I mean, it just shut down OJ.
Bobby
OJ
did
got
so
some
well.
good picks, coach. Don't get me wrong. OJ
Bobby did
put in
extremely
some
well.
work. But
Wow.
Stewart and Bobby combined right there just made sure to not let Black Pudding Cookie get that momentum that game.
That was so close. You know, looking back, I believe the final was 24% to 20%, if I saw that correctly.
So close.
Maybe still 28. It was really, really close, but Team Bobby was able to clutch it up because there was a moment there at the very end in overtime when Team OJ was able to swing it back. Let's see a quick look on the replays and check it all out. It started with this really early lead from Team OJ, just frankly because of Spraggles. Spraggles were just sitting on the point while OJ and Jimbo ran around trying to push everybody off of it.
Yeah, Spraggles, did a good job at really hovering on point. Spraggles, they had an objective, they had a job, and, they did their best to get that job done. But every single time OJ would dive deep, you had Stewart on the fruit punch, and you had Bobby on the ice pop cookie immediately just turn their attention to OJ to shut him down.
Yeah, there it was, 28% to 20%. That's how quickly things can change.
Oh,
Great
shoot.
start.
We're
but
locked in now, man. You
all
saw
of a
that
sudden-
determination? OJ is locked in now. That's the first loss for that team, by the way.
Yeah, all of a sudden, everything's flipped on its head. Team Bobby lost their first round in the semifinals and then won the next two in a row. Now it's up to Team OJ to try to do the same. As we move into Smash Fight, let's take a look at the locked characters. This time for Team Bobby, gonna have to change things up moving into Smash Fight.
Smash Fight. Actually, so OJ can still rock the Black Pudding Cookie, actually.
That's right.
So, yeah, OJ can send it back with the Black Pudding Cookie. The thing is, guess who else can do the same thing? Bobby.
Yeah,
Bobby can also pull out the Black Pudding Cookie here in game number 2 in a straight-up PvP battle here, Coach.
Yeah, man, this is actually a really tough call. I think OJ probably sticks Black Pudding Cookie. That feels like the right answer.
Yep.
We know that OJ usually would go for a Red Velvet Cookie here and go for some rolls, and which is still a really good combo for this game mode. I don't know what I would do if I was OJ in his position. I think it just truly comes down to what he's most comfortable with.
Yeah,
And
I mean, you don't got to worry about like an objective though. You don't got to worry about the turtle, right? So
Yeah.
OJ could just kind of rely on his Black Pudding skills and just try to rack up these eliminations. I mean, you can see dude's locked in, man. That's the first loss right there. We were vibing all night long. We were feeling good. But to kind of get, put stopped in your place with that momentum here, now Team Bobby, they're showing up and they're going to make Team OJ have to put in some work here, Coach, to keep that $10,000 dream alive. Yeah, they still got the last chance qualifier, Wild Royale, but you want to get directly seeded. You know what I'm saying? You want to use this opportunity to make it right there to the grand finals.
No, I like that call out a lot. This would be a huge win to be able to push your team all the way to the grand finals, skip Wild Royale, which is, again, Last Chance Wild Royale is just such a different way of playing, right? Like, you're in a totally different perspective. You're playing this more Battle Royale style, kind of last player alive wins. And even though both of these teams, which of these teams decides to clutch it up here and they'll skip straight to the grand finals, their opposition will have multiple players in the Wild Royale section to hopefully guarantee that they will still meet and hopefully get their revenge in grand finals into stage 3. But man, yeah, the comp question right now is a big one. I'm wondering if Team OJ pulls back out the Fruit Punch Cookie again in Smash Fight. I don't know. What do you think? Because this is, again, the second or the first time that they are able to use the same cookies from Castle Crasher into the Smash Fight.
Yeah, I mean, OJ, I think, has to stay on the Black Pudding Cookie. That's where we've seen the most success here tonight. The thing is, for me now, is that Team Bobby and Stewart, I can't come up with a cookie that can counter Black Pudding Cookie again, right? I mean, Team Bobby, they already played Ice Pop Cookie, and they already, kind of checked that one off the list. And we saw how that worked to kind of put a stop to the Black Pudding Cookie momentum. I'm trying to think of like other cookies. Maybe a Camembert can maybe land that ultimate and lock down a Black Pudding Cookie in place. But I'm really not sure if they're familiar or comfortable with the Camembert pick here.
Yeah, or the Madeline Cookie, maybe ult. never black pudding to the backside of your team or something like that. But
possibly,
I don't know. Yeah,
it's gonna be tough to shut them down again, right? That's our point.
Uh-huh. Oh my god, wait, I actually did. Oh wait, I switched.
Okay.
Okay.
It looks like it's Stewart is on red velvet as well and wins the grab, the pole war there for the side of Team Bobby to get the early first elimination.
Again.
Uh-oh, we gotta lock in.
Lock it in. Bobby on the black pudding cookie. Ashlyn on the cherry bomb, one of her favorite cookies here. And then it's Stewart, like I said, red velvet. So looking for the pulls. Looking for the pulls from both sides here.
Jimbo back on cherry cookie makes a lot of sense as well. Seeing some pretty similar vibes and what they're looking for in team comps here. And again, it's a lot of poke and prodding until we see an opening. And Bobby hits the ult, but doesn't follow up on it. Didn't get as much value from it as he would have liked, so doesn't. Oh no! A mistake maybe turned into an opportunity. That was a wild combo of all three ults.
Yeah, you got the pull, and then he pushed him back with the wave right there. Just unfortunate. So Stewart's looking to land these pulls. Same could be said with OJ, but Bobby looking for the pick from behind here, Coach.
Yeah, OJ reads it. He's able to ult over the top, and because of that, Bobby gets low enough for Spraggles to finish him up. Couple ults invested, but well worth it as we tie it up 1-1. This is a very competitive match, and our Cherry Cookies ult will land as well to get them low, but not a fight that they usually could push up and take, especially with look how many of these bushes are gone, by the way. Not a lot of places to hide, not a lot of places for this red velvet cookie to hook from. But what about just max range in your face? OJ able to ult back, able to trade out a ton of damage. Stewart goes down to 110, but not enough to get an elimination for the side of Team OJ. Maybe a little scared there from Jimbo and Spraggles. They could have picked up one and traded that out.
Yeah, it's going to be a low elimination game here. I mean, just focus on getting one pick at a time and don't worry about fully committing and diving in here. So if they can just get the pulls with the red velvet, focus on eliminating that player that got pulled. I mean, that's going to be the strat here right now. As we're down underneath a minute right now.
Yeah, when you really need side of Team OJ, we got to start getting aggressive here. Down by one elimination, running out of daylight. The onus of responsibility entirely on Team OJ to push the equation. And now it's Stewart's low. This might be the window that they needed, and because of that, Team Bobby knows it. They back off, slow things down, try to heal back up. As another Cherry ult does land. Nice hook here onto Stewart. Good pull and a nice cleanup. It's going to be 2-2. We could be headed into overtime if we're not careful.
2-2. The bushes just grew back, but Jimbo taking them out, mowing them down. OJ missing that mark right there. It's Stewart trying to close the gap. Looking for that pull to get that last elimination here, Coach.
We need one more elimination.
5 seconds on the clock. Will anybody find an elimination in the final moment? That would be a no. So time is up. Which way does it go? I don't think there was a lead on either side. But what a finish. And both of these teams look extremely composed in this Smash fight.
It is Sweaty Miller time right now. That's the truth, man. Sweaty Miller time. Both teams playing so passive, really just relying on the red velvet cookie pull, you know. And once when they got the pull, they focused on eliminating that player, taking them down and out. So that's why we saw a very low elimination game right there from both sides, kind of just, you know, letting the clock run out essentially there, Coach.
Yeah, and I'm going to be honest, I'm waiting for the final ruling from the admins of which way that game went, because I believe it was tied as the time ran out, Common Cookie. So I'm not sure I know who won. It might be a rematch. It might just be a run it back and let's see what happens. I'm getting that final read from the admins behind the scenes. It's that close. We knew it was going to be close.
You know how you solve a tiebreaker, Coach? You just, you know, everybody just plays peppermint cookie and you throw them in a 3v3. All right, just straight up peppermint cookie tiebreaker royale right there. All right, but I'm not the one making the rules. I'm just a smooth brain cookie with jelly in his veins out here. All right.
No, I totally agree. I'm excited to see what happens. I'm hearing bookshelves fall in my house.
Bro, sorry. No.
I'm hearing all types of stuff happen. The whole world is shaking as we wait to see what is about to happen in just a moment. Maybe going to game 3, maybe going to a rematch. Only time will tell.
Only time will tell, and time's going to tell. Where's Ginger Brave? You know, where's Peppermint? Where's Chili Pepper? We still got a couple cookies that we actually might have to see in the grand finals, because the grand finals, that's a best of 7, and we're still going to be rocking the same rules, right? Like if you win a game in the grand finals, you can't use that cookie again. So depending on how long the grand finals go, and the grand finals, it comes after the last chance Battle Royale, by the way. So I am getting ahead of myself, but depending on how deep we run into the grand finals, we are really going to be like looking at the bottom of the barrel when it comes to like these players and their pool of cookies that they're comfortable playing with here. So we might actually see the Peppermint, we might see the Ginger Brave, we might see the Chili Pepper, but that's in the grand final. So we need to see who wins this here first, Coach.
Yeah, it's a good shout. Now, I am getting word, I believe, a final ruling here from our admins. We'll be moving on to game 3, and technically speaking, game 2 was a tie. Okay. So we'll be going to game 3, but if it's going to be a tied record after game 3, we then come back to Smash Fight to end it. I love this ruling. I love that we're moving on. Get to see Jelly Race here in the game 3, and then we'll come back to Smash Fight to end things out if it does go to a tie. But that was a draw in round 2. We go to game 3, and the record is still only 1-0. Common Cookie, take me through Jelly Race.
Jelly Race, baby. So you want to get these jellies and you want to deposit them as many as you can to the flag first. So it really comes down to, I think it comes down to who's the beefiest cookie. You know, the more health you got, the more licks you can take as you deposit your jellies at the flag here. So we might see just a bunch of tanks and bruisers coming in here on this game number 3 here, Coach.
Yeah, I agree. I think this will totally change the meta, totally change the comps for these rosters. And like you mentioned, I mean, you know, it's not coin rush, but it's certainly close. Could see Ginger Brave Cookie finally make an appearance.
Ginger Brave Cookie,
I don't know. I'm loving it. Let's see what Ginger Brave's able to do. Yeah, Latte Cookie, a good idea. We still have Fruit Punch Cookie on the side of Team OJ available, because technically nobody won last round.
Technically, you're right. You're right. A Latte Cookie, the only cookie that is honestly untouchable with the special, because Latte Cookie hops on the broom and just flies around, just no care in the world, just big chilling out there. And you can't even touch her. You can't even touch the Latte Cookie. So Latte Cookie is a strong pick here for the jelly races, in my opinion. You get Latte Cookie to get them jellies. You send the Ginger Brave. You send maybe a Madeline Cookie up on point as well. There's nothing you can do, man. It's a GG. But we see Jimbo. Homie is thinking deep right now. Jimbo's thinking, who do I pick now? You know what I'm saying? Am I picking Blueberry Pie Cookie? Probably, you know, best cookie in the game. Am I picking Peach Cookie? Maybe here, Coach. But if there was a cookie that you'd pick right now for Jelly Race, what would be that cookie?
Man, listen, we're talking hypotheticals all day today.
I'm talking, this is real life, man. Who are you picking?
I know. This may not be meta. This may not be comp, but I'm a man of the people. If there's anything that people know about me, is that I'm a man of the people. I'm going Peppermint Cookie all day, baby. I'm going support. I'm going Peppermint Cookie. I'm dropping whales. I'm here for it.
Dropping whales, man. Peppermint Cookie all damn day. All right, yeah, I like it. It's so funny how the chat's like Peppermint Cookie, you know, like the Peppermint Cookie, the fan favorite here tonight. You love to see it here. So with that being said, all these tier lists that we see after tonight, Peppermint Cookie needs to be S tier. All right, I'm just saying, chat. If Peppermint Cookie's not there, you know what I'm saying? Then what are we talking about at that point? But okay, pretty cool. But yeah, going back, I guess, if we have some time, we can kind of talk about like the different passives that we've kind of been seeing here tonight. You got the Shrub Master, that you get increased movement speed through the shrubs. I don't think a lot of players picked that one. I think a lot of players picked the increased recovery one, which you get 50% increased HP like outside of battle. So it kind of allows you to get back in the fight a little sooner. I know that's like number one, probably the best one. And I think followed right behind that might even be like the special skill KDR, CDR, where it reduces your skill cooldown by 10%. I know a lot of people think it's the HP boost. You get 500 HP, but nah, Coach. Let me inform you as a gold member of Ranked. All right.
Okay.
It is all about the increased recovery, and it is all about the special skill KDR. Someone tells me, Common Cookie, the HP boost is the best one. Listen, I know you're probably in silver or bronze, I mean, you're just calling yourself out at that point.
Cooldown reduction is necessary. I mean, especially in competitions like this where you're playing as a full team of 3, like you're playing off of your cooldowns. That's how you play these types of games, and especially here with Cookie Run Ovensmash. We've seen the efficacy of Ice Pop, Cookie, their ult, and playing off of that cooldown, making sure everybody else is lined up on it. Like, you've got to use your cooldowns effectively. I like a CDR play. I like that passive. Only time will tell. Our players, it's taking a little bit longer because, well, they had to change up their strats. We're moving straight to Jelly Race, so now they're like scrambling. They're like, okay, what am I running in Jelly Race? Are we going Peach Cookie? Are we trying to get some knockouts? Are we trying to spin our way to a victory? I don't know, but I'm here for it, man. We can talk about every single cookie under the sun.
Talk about it.
Time to see these cookies.
Have you seen a cream soda cookie?
Still no. I don't think so.
No cream soda.
Actually, I think once. Once in end of round 1. Folks, enough yapping. It's time for the game. It's game 3, but the record is only 1-0. Team Bobby.
We have a gingerbread.
They won round 1, and we saw a tie. And now we're collecting those jellies.
Hey, yo, Spray Goals calling out Ginger Brave. Ginger Brave has been waiting his whole life for this moment here, Coach.
Yeah, Ginger Brave Cookie has finally made it to main stage here for the side of Spraggles. You'll see Ginger Brave running around like the Ginger Brave Cookie that he is.
And we saw Ginger Brave get in there. He got a bunch of jellies, and then he went for the back door and deposited a couple of jellies. So you got to keep your eye on Ginger Brave. I think Bobby on the Black Pudding Cookie, he's watching. He's got his eye peeled for Ginger Brave right now.
Nice pick up there from OJ on the top side, investing the Black Pudding Cookie's ult to pick up the elimination and drop a few jellies off.
By the way, Black Pudding Cookie versus Black Pudding Cookie on both Bobby and OJ. So their strongest cookies we're going to see now.
Yeah, this is what we asked for when we were hypothetically talking about this matchup. Being able to see which of these Black Pudding Cookies is better. Bobby with more jellies, OJ with more health. A little bit of backup. The ult does not land. Nice push and pull here. Engage and then back off from Ashlyn and Bobby. Stewart. Nice freeze from Jimbo in the middle. That's a lot of damage from both sides. And a nice ult invested to get that Waffle Bot out. Bobby will actually knock up and hit the ult as well. So both Spraggles and Jimbo are fairly low. But Ginger Brave Cookie
Jimbo's cooked.
Got a lot of HP.
He's got heart, dude. Yeah, in this game mode, it's not really about the eliminations. It's about depositing the jellies. So obviously, if you do get eliminated, you lose your jellies, but you don't really need to take the fight. And Ginger Brave is perfect. I mean, we saw a prime example right there. The ultimate. Homie just zoomed on out of danger right there, still holding on to the jellies.
Bro,
yeah, Bobby doesn't even engage. Yeah, Bobby doesn't even engage in that fight because he wants to go deposit jellies of his own, right? Spraggle's deposited a ton, and now Bobby goes down. This is going to be a lot of jellies. This fight actually could determine a lot. If OG's able to get both, this would be huge. One goes down, the second. Yes, the auto attack cooldown comes back, and OJ just deposited nearly enough to win. Ginger Brave finishes it. Team OJ take game 3, which ties us up 1-1. This is the most even matchup you could have. Holy cow.
I'm glad we got to see Ginger Brave make a cameo appearance here tonight on the Jelly Race and really showcase, his use case, right? And where his strong suits are. We saw right there, definitely a clutch cookie to have on your squad right there. So yeah, I mean, it's all about getting them jellies and depositing them bad boys on the opponent. on the side right there. Pretty quick match. So I'm assuming, Goj, we're gonna go back to the fight one, the smash fight, the PvP one, to really see who the victor is on this stage to send them to the grand finals.
Yeah, the fact that we're going to smash fight to close things out because it's a 1-1 tie is wild. I'm pumped about this. Let's take a quick look back on some of the replays, though, of how that all went down. Gingerbread Cookie, not only a cameo, kind of a hero, dropped off so many jellies in this one.
That's crazy.
And it was a lot of these team fights kind of through this middle lane that dictated who had at least carried the most jellies, but depositing them was a totally different story.
The first cookie to escape from the witch's oven right there, and we don't even know how dude got it done, but he got it done, and he came up here and showed up to deposit these jellies. So what that means is OJ can't use Black Pudding Cookie then, right?
I know.
When we go to the PvP smash fight. So it's all, in my opinion, Coach.
So
it's almost, for OJ's sake, you almost don't want to pick a Black Pudding Cookie on the jelly race.
It's tough. It's tough because Black Pudding Cookie has so much movement, a part of their kit, that it made sense to use them for jelly race. And now, as a reminder, technically speaking, I believe OJ actually picked Red Velvet Cookie in their last Smash fight, which did go to a tie.
Yeah.
So likely okay investing Black Pudding Cookie maybe in Jelly Race, to just knowing that, hey, this is what I play on Smash fight. Let's do this every single time. But yeah, I don't know. Some fun conversations and again, more hypotheticals, because these two teams have got to be nervous.
Yeah,
this
is stressing right now, dude.
Yeah, I mean, this is the closest we've seen any matchup by far. It's the closest it could possibly go, basically.
So Bobby can go back with the Black Pudding pick, though, on map number 3, because they have Team Bobby. They haven't used and haven't won a game with the Black Pudding. So yeah, I guess you're right. You know, OJ, all night long we've been seeing OJ rock the Red Velvet when it comes to the smash fight. Like, that's been the pick here. But for some reason, I just love watching OJ on Black Pudding, man. I mean, that's just, to me, when you're looking for a game with a high elimination count, like the two go together like peanut butter and jelly. But we'll see what happens here.
Yeah, it's last smash fight we just played a moment ago. 2-2 in eliminations on the time wrapped up, which for all intents and purposes here is a draw. There's no overtime accounted for in this competition, so it's a full draw on main, and we're gonna see them go back and forth again. Spraggles, point him out. I can't read lips, but
said Ginger Brave number 1. Ginger Brave number 1. Yeah.
That's definitely it.
Yeah.
I thought it was your favorite. I thought it was Blueberry Pie Cookie. You moved over to Gingerbread?
No. I'm not saying that. He was saying that. I could read lips.
Got it.
Yeah. Right. I could read lips. Spraggle is saying Ginger Brave number 1. For sure, Blueberry Pie is the best cookie in the game. I mean, that's just a fact. But you know, everybody's allowed to have their opinion. You know, and I'm open.
Right. Yeah. Don't take anything that you hear in this booth for canon. This is all opinion. We're extremely biased. We're just here having a good time in the caster booth for this competition. But I will say that Black Pudding Cookie is the best and has shown that they are the best with how their pick rate is astronomical. It's almost every single round, if not every round.
Yeah, pick rate definitely high. Same for Ice Pop Cookie, super high pick rate here. So you're definitely starting to see like some cookies that people believe are, a staple when it comes to the competitive side of Ovensmash. Sure, we saw some Peach Cookie thrown in the mix too. Nice kit from Peach Cookie, really being able to like dive deep in there and get that knock up with the ultimate. But we really haven't seen, I think, a team win with a Peach Cookie here tonight, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's actually a good call out. A couple times they've been picked, and traditionally speaking, especially in like public lobbies and stuff, very valuable cookie. A good Peach operator, and Pilot, a good Peach Cookie operator is widely regarded. But here we go. A 3v3 for all the marbles, and the only objective is to get 10 eliminations, or at least more than your opponent in the allotted time. Let's get into it.
Let's get into it. 2 red velvets on each side. Once again, 2 cherry cookies on each side. The only difference is going to be the espresso on Team OJ and the blueberry pie on Team Bobby.
And a nice grab pull there onto Stewart, who is on the blueberry pie cookie, and unfortunately couldn't follow up for the damage. Because of that, the opposing fight at the bottom side of the map goes to the side of Team Bobby as they pick up their first and take an early lead, but will immediately answer back. An ult from both sides here in the red velvet cookie, and I think OJ actually wins out in that trade as Sprinkles is trying to track down this kill on Bobby. Bobby, well done in the spacing.
Yeah, both red velvets just walking away with like less than 100 HP after using their ultimates right there. Get that knockup. Oh, the double kill though. Espresso making this a tied game right again here, Coach.
Yeah, 2-2. This is where we ended last time, but we're getting there much faster this time. A cherry ult over the top does land for both parties, with a little bit more value for the side of Team Bobby. And Jane Spray goes back up because of it. Everybody playing calm, cool, and collected, not trying to overextend in somebody's fights. A nice range from Bobby. Spraggle's able to get out with espresso cookies. Special in the dash, but OJ overcommits on the dive. Stewart with a huge shield to stay alive for a moment, and then pick up all three in that trade. Team Bobby go massive. That is a huge team fight.
Ashlyn and both Jimbo just straight up 1v1ing on the bottom with their cherry cookies, but here comes OJ fresh off a spawn. Looking for the deep dive here. They're gonna get elimination here, Coach.
Let's go.
3-5 currently. Oh, another max range pull. This is nice to be able to put Bobby low. Should probably trade each other out. No, Stewart gets caught in transition. Spraggles with a huge cleanup there. Spraggles' fourth elimination on this matchup to make things very even, and Bobby answers back to his own. Spraggles very low. Jimbo able to skate around and dodge a few auto attacks, but
let's go.
How is he still up?
Yo, Jimbo can't get a touch right there. Both Ashlyn and Stewart missing the mark. Jimbo's still alive, but nice pull on the side of Team Bobby, followed up by the Blueberry Pie ultimate here, Coach.
Team Bobby only need 2. Team OJ still need 4.
Double ults already.
And only 20 seconds remaining, which means we have to engage off of OJ, but OJ gets pulled in max range. Bobby perfectly spacing and ults to finish the game. Invests everything for the final moment and gets both of the eliminations. It went the distance, but Team Bobby make it out alive and will move straight to stage 3.
Let's go.
What a way to wrap up stage 1 in our bracket. Team Bobby against all odds. What a wild finish.
What is it, 100% win rate if you pick Blueberry Pie Cookie? I mean, you're saying it's my opinion, but it's just a fact at this point, man. I mean, every single team that picks the Blueberry Pie Cookie comes out and wins it right there. So, yeah, that's going to be Team Bobby, our first team or our only team to automatically slot right there to the grand finals, best of 7.
Unreal. And again, Team Bobby, their entire team, all 3 players will skip our last chance wild royale and move straight to stage 3. The grand finals awaits. It's a best of 7 this time around, and we'll see what they're able to do. Especially when you start thinking about those cookies being locked once you win rounds. That best of 7 is going to go crazy. I'm excited to get it. But first, let's take a look back on this wild matchup and a great smash fight to close things out here in the bracket stage.
Yeah, and honestly, both sides are doing a great job. Looking at Bobby, looking at OJ, they were connecting their pools. They were doing a great job.
But then, thanks everybody that watched via shorts or via video. It's not that much, but it doesn't matter. It was a small watch party. We had lots of fun. Let's pray that Team Bobby wins. Nobody's for Team OJ. We know that. Let's pray that Team Bobby wins. And thank you for watching. Use my creator code in the Ovensmash resources shop on the far right. And see ya. And also subscribe. Yeah.